We start in the town of Minsk. You all have woken up in your various states of amnesia, disarray, and for some reason or another have been drawn to this construction site. For you, for everybody, Emma, real quick, what did you say your character's name was?
I don't think I did. Let's say
Oh, you.
Al. A-L.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, for you, Al, you are familiar with construction, at least the construction in this town. You've been employed for the new development organization for a while, so you know roughly that they were going to be dealing with tearing down this part of the city to build some new apartments. But you see the excavator that one of the excavators they were going to use is from the front of it holding a dead body. As you're looking at this, also walking up is you, Brack. You traced the photos back that you had on your camera, which for some reason brought you back to this location. And as you're looking down at your camera, you can see the first photo is a photo of the excavator.
And that's a machine?
Yes, like a digger.
Okay.
Big claw. And finally, we get to you, Anish.
My character's name is Desmond.
Desmond. Perfect. We get to Desmond. Lovely. Yes. So we get to you, Desmond, as you wander in and you are still feeling this high from the cocaine that you snorted some time earlier. You don't exactly remember, but your now broken smile and eyes kind of bring you to this location, and you see, along with everybody else, the body hanging from the excavator. What is everybody doing?
I'm limping forward, and do I see Al's bloody lunchbox?
You probably do, because I think that I have dropped it and I'm now charting I'm trying to do math as to if the blood drips makes sense, if the lunchbox, like I am actively trying to place I'm trying to figure out where the blood on the lunchbox came from, if here.
Gotcha. I'm trying to determine if you fucking clocked me in the face with your lunchbox, because I don't know what's happening.
Maybe. I go up to you and I put it next to your head, and I'm like...
Yeah, I'm going to say one of the things we did not cover in the read are skill checks. This, unlike interjections, where interjections kind of are when someone's like, oh, how are you reacting to this specific thing? A skill check is what's going to help us and help you find clues. So in this case, the skill check that I think would work best for this situation is Al, if you're trying to, or actually, since they're figuring something out, Desmond, you're trying to find out whether whether this lunchbox was what hit you in the face.
I feel like I'm just trying to walk into this scene and get an initial grasp, either trusting my gut feeling or just quickly looking for things about the situation.
Great. Yeah, I feel like this would be something like, and you can argue what you think this would be. But I feel like this would be kind of like a Shivers.
Shivers
potentially,
or perception, either of those.
Or perception. Yeah, I feel like if you're trying to get a lay of the land, let's say like you can see everything. If you're trying to see, let's say perception, and I'm gonna and so you'll roll 2d6s plus your
I usually put a 5 in that, but since I'm on cocaine, I get a +2. So let me roll 2d6.
And I'm going to say this is a medium check, so all you got to get is a 10.
Lovely. I rolled a 5 + 1, and that +7 is a number above 10.
Awesome. Yeah, so you very easily are able to get the lay of the land. Like, even though you're kind of waking up from this stupor, you are on a high. Like, you are ultra aware of everything that's going on around you. And you look around and you can see, yes, there is a man hanging from this, from this excavator in the middle of this place. Um, and you can see on his name tag, written his name, Alexei Krinkowski, and the New Development Organization president underneath his name, and that will be one clue for you, and that will be a key.
Gameplay question: do we share clues, or do we only do we all have that clue now?
Everyone has the clue. Yeah.
So I think I'm finally coming into the picture, and I see, Al there looking around. Maybe Desmond's eyeing Al. Could Al have been the one to hit Desmond's face? And so I'm seeing this as a real team building opportunity. Me and some fellow humans on this earth, we're all a bit confused, not sure what's happening. It's my first time ever seeing a dead body. So I'd love to
that you know of.
That I remember. So I'd love to, Anish, give me that pronunciation one more time. Esprit de corps.
Esprit de corps.
Esprit de corps. I'd love to, tap into that and approach and be like, "What's going on, people? Man, I know I'm confused, but maybe we could work together and, 3 brains is better than 1 brain. What do you say?"
Awesome. Yeah. So just trying to like get everyone like used to you
on the
and
same
kind of come in a way.
page.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. Yeah. Yeah. Roll for that. I'm gonna say, yeah. This is also a medium check, so just a 10.
Okay, and that's gonna be an 8.
Yeah. So you walk up to these people, and you are, how big are you, like physically?
I'm a big dude.
Like, are you?
You can think Zac
Yeah,
Efron and Iron Claw.
Yeah. You're a big dude. You're coming up, and Al and Desmond, you see this large man kind of come up strolling, and you're like waving your hands. You're like, "Hey!" Like you're trying to get them to look at you,
there.
but you look like insane. Like you look very, very crazy. So yeah, if anything, maybe Desmond was kind of like looking, trying to get a sense of things more, but you've kind of thrown things off a little bit.
I think Desmond's immediately stepping back.
Yeah.
Whoa, hey.
Yeah, maybe you were about to notice something else about the body, but you step back a little bit.
I think we all just need to take a second and stay exactly where we are. I need names.
I work here, and I gesture to my construction worker vest. I say, my name's Al.
Well, hey, Al. My name's Braxton. You can call me Brack. Do you have any idea what's going on with the corpse on the big metal thing here?
Well, and I think that this is when Al is gonna start doing the mind blast,
like
of trying to figure out.
Yeah, you're gonna try to do like a visual chemistry.
Yes, and I think the visual calculus of, particularly in this moment, since I don't remember, I want to know if I had anything to do with this, in case I need to not tell them the truth.
So are you just gonna try to do visual calculus and like kind of see if you were in the excavator type thing?
Well, more, I know there's blood. Is there a pool of blood with this body hanging, or is it just hanging? Like, is it a bloody
There
body?
is some blood on.
Okay.
It's not that bloody. Like if there might be some blood, but there's not like a large pool.
Then
of
I think
blood.
it might not be visual calculus. I think it might just be logic of looking and seeing. Because if it's not like me, if it's just like trying to parse out what happened here, I could see that being more logic.
Like
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say. No, you go, Anish.
I forget the visual description of the body. What was it? Impaled by the excavator? Was it like hanging?
Yeah, no, it is not impaled by the excavator. It is hanging upside down.
With what?
Uh, with like wire,
Wire.
like stringing it
Gross.
towards the around the excavator.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think using logic to see it, this definitely seems like on purpose, but like rush job versus like, was the excavator in use when this happened, or was it staged? Like trying to
Yeah.
figure that kind of stuff out.
I'd say yeah, no, this will be a logic check. I think this will be a little bit of a leap, not too much. So this will be just 12.
Okay.
A little bit challenging.
I got a 6 plus an 8 is a 14.
Yeah, great. Yeah, no, you are a pretty logical person. You know how these machines work. You've been around them, so you have a general idea of what to expect with this kind of stuff. You look, you do a once over on the excavator, and you can see, like, as you look around, it is early morning. The sun has just risen, so you get the sense that someone had to have done this at night. Like, this is not something that would have gone unnoticed. Like, no one's here at the body yet. Presumably, you all are the first to find it. And you see the way it's hanging, it's pretty securely fastened to the excavator. And the excavator, the claw, has been lifted a bit. So it's just out of reach. Like, someone came here and made sure that things were in a good spot.
I want to jump in here and talk about a rule thing really quick. I checked, and technically clues are supposed to be individual and personal. However, if you have a piece of information that you're not hiding from other people, there's no reason they can't also include that as a clue. So multiple people can have a clue. The important thing is that hunches are personal. So, like, because you write it down on your hunch track. Again, though, someone could take the same clues and make a hunch. So you could share the whole investigation process unless you're keeping things separate personally. But you do have 2 separate investigation tracks as well. One for the overall mystery and one for the personal mystery. So the overall mystery, anyone who rolls for the overall mystery, like the case, they are rolling on the behalf of the whole group, while the personal mystery is tied to their personal backstory.
Good to know.
So
Thanks.
questions with that. I'm not seeing a hunch track. I'm seeing a case track, which I'm
That's the
assuming
case
is the
track where you track
and then
your
the
hunches.
identity.
Yeah, those are the hunches. Yeah.
So the clues just go under that, and then you
list out the clues you have, and then you can combine, I believe, 3 clues of at least 2 different types to create a hunch.
Mhm.
So what are the types of clues?
Yes. What is my name tag?
Yes.
Type?
The types of clues are coincidence, key, memento, oddness, testimony, and trace.
Cool.
Do you want any explanations of any of those?
I would love
I
explanation.
was just gonna.
of
I
this.
imagine while we run into them, could we get an explanation as we
Well,
run into them?
the thing
Yeah.
about clues
do
also
that.
is that you kind of determine when you get a clue.
Yeah.
So you're the like
Yeah.
if something happens, you say, "I think this is a clue," and then Michael can say, "No, it's not a clue," but you say, "Like I have gathered this clue."
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we're steering.
So essentially, coincidences, like seeing repetitions, like, oh, you see this name everywhere, you hear something like from a lot of people. Keys are like objects or information that can be used to unlock potential clues or mysteries. This could be something like a note
Or Alex's
like
name.
a literal, yeah, or the name, yeah, or a literal key, yeah. Then mementos are things that help remind you of your previous life. Can't quite put a thing, like a ticket, like a theater ticket, a song on the radio, a location that rings a bell. Oddnesses are things that shouldn't be there, like a body hanging from an excavator, a bouquet of flushed flowers in a neglected courtyard, an empty safe, an office that's been thrown and like totally things thrown everywhere. Testimonies are testimonies from characters, information, something someone says, hearsay, voice recordings, and then finally traces are things that point out to the presence of somebody, like a cigarette on the ground that's been snuffed out, scent of expensive feminine perfume on the docks, stuff like that.
So this understanding that the crime was complicated and must have happened over like a duration and a while ago. You said it and I forgot it. Which category would you say that is?
Oh, I'd say that could be a trace or an oddness.
I was going to say oddness. I'm remembering now as you were
Yeah.
listing them. I was trying to think of it. Yeah.
I will say also, I don't think all clues need to be tied to skill checks. Like some things are
just
fairly
find
obvious,
it.
Yeah.
like a testimony.
You could literally just
And like
see
the
something.
body is a key, I imagine.
Yeah, the body. The body, I would say, is
Or something.
body. I would say is also an oddness.
Okay.
Another quick thing for hunches. I won't list all the types of hunches yet, unless you want to hear them. But in order to form a hunch, you have to link at least 3 clues of at least 2 different types. And there's 7 kinds of hunches, and you're going to need at least, I believe, 3 hunches of different types in order to solve the mystery. That's
Cool.
it.
I also, while we're figuring stuff out, I had a question about the identity track. You, in this starting portion, you've described a couple times of me being like, well, you work at the construction site, so you know how these work. Am I discovering that right now, or is how much of our lives do we know? Do we know nothing? Do we know?
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm gonna say, and this is something talking about the clues. I think for discovering clues, either you can say, I find this clue, like I noticed something and this is a clue, or I can like if you for instance like dig through the trash and find something, that could be where I'm like, oh, you find this clue. So it can be a mixture of that. And then I think for the identity clues, like for you, I think I might have skipped over this too quickly. Like you see the like you were looking at like the high res vest.
Yeah, like I said,
and
I work
you look
here.
at yourself
I think
and you see
that was me getting a clue.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'd say that's a clue about your identity. Yes,
Um,
which could be a memento.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My work vest is a memento. Cool.
when you fuse those clues into a hunch, you can't recycle the same clues to gain new
Gotcha.
hunches, and you're limited to one case hunch and one identity hunch during a single scene.
Gotcha.
Hunch,
And this
not
is one
clues.
scene.
Not clues. Hunches.
Yeah.
You
of
can get
course.
a ton of clues.
Okay,
during a
I was
scene.
like,
dope.
I was
So,
like, oh, clues.
so yeah, clues are things I can introduce and say like you found this, or like a clue could be like you could say, oh, is this body a clue? Yeah.
Cool.
There's also another mechanic that we didn't talk about at all, which isn't as important because we're not going to be playing that much. But it's experience points, which I'll just touch on because it's a good thing to keep track of. It's a measure of your accomplishments. There's things to mark experience points on, and if I notice this in a game, I will point it out. You get 1 XP if you fail a roll. You get 1 XP if you express your character in a compelling, remarkable way. You can reward yourself up to 3 XP per scene this way. So that's up to 3 separately. 2 XP, use a tag to hinder your chances during a skill check. So like a condition, like something that's on you, if you like actively use that against yourself, then you get 2 XP. If you mark progress in your case track or on your identity track, you get 2 XP. 5 XP if you solve the case. 5 XP if you discover your full identity. And you can spend XP. You can spend 3 XP to upgrade a skill by 1 point, or 5 XP to internalize a thought. I don't know if you guys have gotten thoughts yet. I was away for a second, but have you talked about thoughts?
We have not.
Thoughts are also random things that can just happen where a thought will pop into your head, and Michael will tell you when a thought pops into your head. Okay, I will go over thoughts just because they could be important. Thoughts are the items of your brain's inventory and further develop your unique personality and worldview. They are triggered by events during the game and can be proposed by anyone at the table, although the GM has the final say about how the thought takes form finally. What can change the nature of a man? Do we live in a simulation inside a simulation in an infinite fractal loop? What Disney princess would my dog be if I had a dog? These are the examples they give. You can either reject a thought or accept it. If you reject a thought, you dismiss it for now, but it may reappear in a future scene. Once accepted, this thought nests in the back of your head, and your mind begins ruminating on it in the background while you do other stuff. Thoughts consist of a name, a question, a conclusion, and an effect. The conclusion and effect are unknown until the thought is fully internalized. Thoughts also have a progress bar with 3 segments on it. You mark 1 progress at the end of each scene. So essentially, if you are given a thought, it's a question, and then as time passes, once you get 1 progress toward it, and once 3 scenes have passed, you internalize that thought, and it gives you a mechanical benefit.
Cool.
And you can basically spend XP to speed that up if you want. It's 5 XP to it, just to automatically internalize a thought. That is all. Thank you very much.
Thanks, rules lawyer.
So I think I take a look at this. I figure out that it was done last night. Did it give me any information as to whether I might have done it? I don't know.
I'm
if
gonna
that's
say
that's a
Is that
thought.
an option? Right, Christ.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that could be a thought. Like you, yeah, I'm gonna say you start to have this thought of, did I kill this person?
What is guilt?
Like, am I the killer?
What is the nature of guilt?
Yeah, and it's this kind of guilt that's sitting in the back of your mind.
And I look around, and I'm, how much blood? It was only a little bit of blood.
Yeah, there is some blood kind of below it, but it's not a lot.
I don't.
But it is too high up to be able to really investigate the body that much.
This happened a long time ago, as in last night, but like hours ago, probably in the dead of night when no one saw it. And I can't. I feel pretty confident. I'll say it. That the blood you so clearly see on my person is not from this person. I think this is a separate situation.
You're saying that out loud?
I am, and I'm purposefully not being that confident because I am thinking that I might be guilty.
Incredible.
Like, I don't think it was me.
I mean, spoken like a true murderer. I mean, I need you guys to stay
You
exactly
look
where you
fucked
are.
up. What? Did you get into a fight with this?
Did
with
you
this
hit
guy?
me? Did you hit
Did I
me?
hit you? I feel like you would know if I hit you. Don't you think
Yeah.
you would know if I hit you?
I don't remember.
Are you both trying to interject on each other?
I don't know.
I think. Can I tell you what I think I'm doing? I think I'm
Yeah.
going to exert my authority and say, I need you guys to stay still and empty your pockets.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it.
What's
We're
the level
playing
on
a
this?
cop, gotta be an asshole.
I'm gonna say this is pretty formidable. Like you do not look exactly the most authoritative person right
the
now.
cocaine's,
Like you look pretty
the
fucked up.
cocaine's got me.
So I'm gonna say this is like
Well,
13.
I guess you're in uniform, right?
Are these contested checks?
You're like dressed up as a cop.
But it's
Yes.
not gear I have.
Oh, if they're contested, then would it have a level, or is it just contested?
Or is it just against each other?
Sometimes the thing you want to do clashes with the goal of a player's character. When this occurs, the dispute is resolved with a contested check where each player narrates their approach to the conflict and chooses the appropriate skill. The player who rolls the higher wins the contest and things go their way, while the losing players suffer
Oh, cool.
suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
I think I'm also going authority then. Like, no, I work here. I don't know who you are.
Neither do I.
What about you, Braxton?
Well, listen, you guys' minds are going a mile a minute. But what occurs to me, you said this body's too high up for us to investigate. What if I could zoom in?
So you're going the friendly route, it seems like? I don't know.
I'm going, let's focus on what we can see rather than what we don't know.
How
Is
fun.
this empathy?
A spirit decor?
That one works for me. That's a good one.
I wanted to clarify that the difference between this being contested versus if it was resistance, or if it was like an interjection, it would be an interjection if Anish said, I think that Emma's character would be compelled by this skill in their own head to respect my authority. So if you said like, I think that your authority skill would be talking to you saying, hey, I think you should respect this guy's authority. And then Emma would either have to accept that that is true of the character or that she would want to resist it. Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm not
Versus you exerting your authority and Emma trying to also exert authority, and that is a
Yeah.
clash. So you could do a clash here, or Anish could try to interject on you.
Yeah, what I'm doing is a purposely pathetic attempt at exerting authority because
Yeah, I like
I look
the
like shit.
clash.
I'm high.
Cool. Yeah, let's do it. So everyone is rolling for their different skill, I guess. So Anish and Emma.
And I guess we're just gonna see like
Desmond and Al. Yeah.
who is leading the conversation after this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I
Yeah,
didn't roll
perfect.
great.
I
I
didn't
don't
roll
know.
great either.
I got a 6 plus a 3 is a 9.
I also got a 9.
I got a 9 too.
Oh my god.
We're best friends.
On a
It's the
tie.
Spider-Man
That's
meme.
so
the Spider-Man meme.
That's so funny.
On the tie, the status
yeah,
quo
no,
does not
I think.
change. There you go.
Yeah, no,
Nothing has
I
changed.
think.
I'm gonna approach
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
approach it differently the second time. I'm gonna get on like if like doesn't make any sense.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be empathetic and be like, and this might be I might need to roll a roll before this, but because my logic is so high, and because Desmond has said I don't remember, I'm gonna think maybe we're all experiencing the same thing and try to go from an empathetic point of view of like
Yeah.
someone's out to get us and we have to figure it out. So you have to listen to me. Then it's a contest, right?
Yeah, because the status quo hasn't
Another
changed.
contested row.
I'm okay to I'm
Yeah.
okay to contest again.
Yeah.
I
think my
but-
thing was I was shifting gears and how I was contesting it the
can
second
we-
time.
Can we talk it through roleplay wise first? Because I want to get an idea.
Yeah. I think that's you were saying, yeah, what were you saying?
All right. Look, my head's throbbing. It's clear to me that you guys clearly don't know what's going on here, but I got a job to do, and I have a feeling, not certain about it, but I've got a feeling you guys have something to do with it.
What? Now why would you think that we had something to do with that?
We're both here, all three of us, and I mean, somebody knocked my teeth out.
Where did you get your teeth knocked out? Because
Back
it
in
seems
that-
to me
that-
like maybe you might have had something to do with that. Or someone's trying to make it seem like we all had something to do with that.
And then I kind of look at you, and I think I nod for a second. Yeah, somebody must be out to get me, right?
And I turn to Braxton. What brought you here?
Yeah, what's your deal?
Oh man, I was just out for a run. You know how it gets late and you think, damn, I would feel so good if I went for a run right now.
Never
So
in
I
my
went out.
life.
Absolutely not.
Well, we'll have to try it sometime after this. But I don't really know what's going on either. But I think if we just work together, we could get a lot much more done, man. And I honestly, I would love to use my camera to see if I can zoom up, because we're not sure how this guy died. Was it exsanguination, bleed to death? Was he hung by the neck? Because is he hanging from his neck or his foot?
Yeah, you look up and it's he's dangling upside down, and it's just kind of crossing his chest and torso and like body.
So hanging by the foot.
He was probably killed before he was brought up there.
I want to zoom in. Can I
Yeah,
see?
and I'll say that's probably another clue you can add to the clue.
Yeah.
That like he was probably killed before.
But was it head wound? I'm trying to see. Can I see bruises?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Can I see?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. You get up. I'll say because you have the camera, this isn't exactly a skill check. Like you were able to look up and see. You look at his body. It's kind of hard to tell anything about his like torso and lower body because it's all covered up in.
Well, he's upside
like,
down,
crisscrossed
so
with
his
the wires.
shirt's off.
Yeah.
Or at least hanging. Any tats?
Yeah.
Any pecs?
I mean, like it. That's kind of. That the shirt is tied up by the rope, but you can see on his head, like a pool, like where like kind of some blood is gathered around the back of his head.
Oh.
Dried?
It looks wet.
Oh.
So it's
Oh,
still
no,
like
it-
dripping,
it-
or is it?
Yeah, it's still dripping a little bit.
Blunt force
And
trauma.
that is another clue.
And
So
don't get
more
excited,
recent.
Desmond. I don't mean a blunt like a blunt.
Wet blood. Is wet blood an oddness?
Yeah,
Or
I'd
is it
say
a
that could be an
key?
oddness.
How important is the wet blood?
This is a good question because I feel like the wet blood could unlock something like being like, oh, like it was recent.
Yeah.
But I think it could also be an odd. I'll say it's a key.
Okay. You had a camera. Did you take any pictures last night?
Man, what's crazy is I never take pictures when I'm running. So I don't know what compelled me to take my camera with me. All I know is I was out for a jog.
I
So,
need to look at your camera, please.
all right, sure, no problem.
Thank you for cooperating.
No worries, man. It's a Canon 8468. Love this thing, man. You should get one.
Can I look through the pictures for anything I recognize, or any oddities? Would that be a roll, or is that just looking?
I'd say depends on how fast you want to do it, but I feel like you can look through it like pretty easily. And you're looking through, and you see, like you were looking through it earlier, Brax. And what kind of stuff did you like? Did you look through your camera at all? Do you know what? Like, have you looked through the photos at all?
So
at this
I
point?
looked through some, which gave me the indication that I work with groups in a well-lit area with bright colors. Every single picture of me, I got a smile on my face, so that feels great. But
Yeah, I'll say for you, like, you know, you Braxton, like the fact that you looked through this, like this kind of gives you a little bit of a clue, like to who you are. Like, like this is definitely a memento. Like you have this clue of like you worked in like some kind of group setting with people running around. But for you, Al, as you're looking through this, like you see some. It's hard to really picture out. It's the photos are dark. It's very grainy, very noisy, blurry because of the frantic movement. But you can kind of see the image of an excavator illuminated in one of the photos.
Okay. So you were definitely here at some point.
Is there a time card on those
yeah,
pictures?
is there a body
Yes,
on the
it's a
excavator?
time card.
That's a great question. Yeah, there's a time card on the photo. If you look at the camera right now, or if anybody has a watch, like you can see that the sun is rising during the day. So it's around like 6 a.m. at this time. The time card on the camera shows 4:30.
4:30.
Is the body on the excavator or is it an empty excavator?
It's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell
Can
because
I-
of how blurry the photo is.
Can I do a roll
Yeah.
for that, for maybe visual calculus?
Yeah.
Just to like.
Yeah, let's
zoom
do a visual
in and-
calculus roll. I'll say it's challenging, so it's a 12, but it's not hard.
I only get a +2. Oh. Ooh, that didn't do it. That was a 7.
Yeah, since I'll break real quick just to say there are two different types of skill checks. There's white skill checks and red skill checks. White skill checks are things you can redo. For you, Al, you wouldn't be able to do this until you leveled up or
Sure.
got something that you were able to refresh that skill. Something like this would be a white skill check, so like someone else could look at it and presumably. But a red skill check would be something like, oh, I'm trying to jump across this cliff. If you fail it, you like get hurt or something,
makes
and you can't try it again. So yeah. I'll say with this, you aren't able to tell if there's a body on it, but it's pretty clear that the excavator was in the down position. It wasn't up.
Okay.
So that is a clue.
Great
I'll say
clue.
you get that clue, but you aren't able to tell whether there is a body in it.
That
Are you sharing
trace?
this?
I am sharing this.
Yeah, are you sure?
Hey, Braxton, I think You're in the clear. I don't think you did it, because if you were running away while the excavator was down, it couldn't have been. Damn, it couldn't have been you. Yeah.
Man, I was thinking the same thing. No way it could be me, man. Why would I do that?
I have a proposal. I would like to use one of my tokens. And here's my pitch. I think there's kind of a lull in the conversation, and the excavator is in front of Al. And for a second, I think your mind is kind of focusing in again, and maybe your body remembers.
How to use an excavator?
This button does this. This
Yeah.
lever does that. You know how to use this excavator,
And I need the information.
and you need that information. You should get in the excavator, lower the body so we can look at it even deeper. So I think interfacing the skill is calling to you.
I think that's true, and I think I want to do that. However, with my high logic skill and just what I think, like what I'm feeling, I think that I say, "Hey, Braxton, take a couple pictures. I'm gonna lower the body," and then I just start. So you
Smile!
can- Not of me, of the body.
I'm gonna say this is a skill check, and I will say this is a red skill check because if you mess this up, you could potentially hurt the
Fling the body.
Emma also now has 2 tokens in her possession, and
And what
Manish
does
has
that
0.
mean? What do I do?
That
with
just
that?
means you have 2 tokens you can interject on other people.
Because it got passed to me, and now
It's basically
Yeah,
just
it
a
passes
mechanic
back
of
and
making
forth.
sure it's not the same people getting
Yeah.
interjected
there
on
are
all
3
the time.
tokens that move around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Where's the other
Yeah.
one?
You
have
have
it.
one.
Yeah, me? Dude, I don't even know.
Little old me. Yeah.
Is that what's been
so
in my
I will
pocket this
say,
whole time?
this is what were you interjecting with, Anish?
I think this is interfacing.
Desmond? Interfacing. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say, because you have this, like you like Desmond said, with the interjection, like you kind of feel like you know where it goes. I'll say this isn't, this is a medium. This is like a 10, like not super complicated.
Okay. Well, that is a 6 plus a 5.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. So you,
That was a good
something
roll.
comes over you. Something, yeah, no, yeah. Something comes over you, and you are able to expertly move the levers. You are forklift certified. You are able to.
Can I add that to my identity?
Like, yeah, I'll say, yeah.
Forklift
Add
certified.
this to your identity. Yeah, forklift, excavator, like heavy machinery. You get the sense that, like, yeah, no, I do know how this stuff is supposed to work. And you are able to carefully lower the body and the shovel of the excavator down to the ground, so you all can look at it a lot more
Did
clearly.
you take any pictures,
Ew.
Braxton, before?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just to confirm that we have that. We have the original
Yeah,
state.
I'll
of the
say, Braxton, the pictures you have are a key, like Kina, that you will be able to use, like, if you're interacting with someone else.
need to
So that is a key, clue that you can add. Yeah, so the body is down, the excavator has been lowered, and you all can interact with it as you see fit.
Damn.
How physically fit is this body? You know, I'm a bit of a something in me tells me I know a bit about age range and physicality. Is this somebody who's old in the prime of their life? How they looking? Easy to overwhelm physically?
Yeah, no, this is a great question. I'll say you don't even have to do a check for that. Like you are pretty, yeah, no, you are, like, you yourself are this kind of physical instrument. And you look at him, and I'm gonna say though, I'm gonna use this as an interjection, as like you, as kind of this, like, buff person, looking at him, you can see that he is a little bit flimsy, a little bit weak. Like he's probably been sitting behind a desk, hasn't really had any kind of like done any real work in his life, and you feel kind of disgusted with this person because of his lack of physical prowess. I'm going to say this is an interjection. You can accept this, or you can choose to resist it.
I don't quite understand what either means.
What's the downside to accepting it in this moment versus resisting?
Downside to accepting it in this moment will be that you might miss something about the state of his body.
I reject it, man.
All bodies are beautiful.
The real killer is being sedentary. Am I right?
Yeah, I'll say this is just a medium. If you roll, it's against it with the with physical instrument.
This is
right?
a resistant roll or resistance check.
Resistant roll. Yeah.
So just flat, no modifiers.
It's 2d6 versus your skill, and you're trying.
Yeah.
You're rolling equal to or higher than the
Is it
difficulty.
empathy, physical instrument? What's the
physical instrument?
Okay, so for that I get 6 with my clothes. I also get +3. Are they constantly in use? Yeah. Okay, so that'll be a +9.
Yeah. So this is just a 10. So yeah,
13,
unless you roll 2
man.
ones.
Get that out of
Perfect.
here.
Yeah.
Just because you have a thought doesn't define you. Am I right?
Awesome. No, yeah, exactly. Perfect. So yeah, no, you briefly had this thought as you're looking at his body, but as you look closer at his body, you notice the head wound before, but you look closer and it seems like there might be something more under his shirt. Like there might be something more under there as well.
Man, Desmond, you look pretty official, man. I don't know. You want to examine the body or something?
I mean, yeah, in an official capacity, let me begin the investigation.
I ain't touching it. No fingerprints from Braxton.
Yeah, don't leave. Just
oh fuck!
Oh,
my
and
fingerprints
Braxton
are all over the excavator now.
Yeah.
Braxton, I'm gonna say because you had that, like when you resisted that interjection, that also gives you a clue towards your identity of like you are a person who like lifts people up for their
Is that
what were you gonna say?
We were wrong about the resistance check. You do not roll against a difficulty value that Michael sets. You'd roll it versus the skill value.
so
it's 2d6, no modifier against the total.
You would have still won. I
think you still succeeded.
Yeah, you would have.
I just wanted to clarify that we did it wrong.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the modifier is +3, and then my base
you rolled
was 6.
a 10, right?
I got a 13, so I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay. So the skill is 7 that you were rolling against. So that's a failure, actually.
Why is it a 7?
Because your skill it's different from regular skill checks because it was a resistance roll against your skill. So it was basically like, what's the skill you rolled? It was physical
instrument, which I have a 6 in.
You have a 6 in? Yeah, so physical.
Yeah, so it would have been 6.
No, because Tori, you added 6 to your roll, right?
I added 9 to my roll.
You wouldn't have added anything to the 2d6. So
because of that, man. That was delusion.
Rolling, basically, this is your physical instrument talking to you, saying, "Hey, you really want to do this other thing," and you're like, "No, I don't." So you roll 2d6, which gave you a 4, which is less than that 6, which is that skill level.
Okay.
It's a different kind of roll than your usual rolls.
Gotcha.
This slob deserves to die. I'm sorry, I'll say it.
And that's something you know about yourself now.
Is that a clue towards your identity or a thought that begins to emerge? Like people who don't exercise are.
Oh.
I think that can be a thought. I think it can be either, and I think it can be like you get like this clue towards your identity that you are someone capable of that.
Yeah.
But I think it could
Or
be a
that
thought,
you were
like you have this
capable
thought.
of that.
Yeah.
What kind of clue would it be?
that you were. I feel like this could be. This clue could be like a.
It doesn't seem like a clue, in my opinion. A piece of
maybe,
information.
yeah, maybe it's not. I'll say it's a thought. I'll say you have this thought that like maybe people who don't dedicate their lives to exercising
Deserve that.
deserve to die.
Well, it's interesting because my top trait is volition, and it says sometimes overachieving can push, you know what I mean? So that makes
Yeah.
sense if I'm
Yeah,
saying, if you're
it
not
does.
constantly aiming for
You're like,
your max
if this
potential,
guy-
what are
if
you
this guy was
doing?
a little bit stronger, he would have fought off the attacker.
Oh my god, is Braxton an
Yeah.
alpha male influencer?
Maybe
We have to
we'll
find
figure it
out.
out. Awesome.
I
Yeah. So yeah, you have this thought, and Desmond, you're trying to investigate the body.
well, if Braxton failed, does his physical endurance skill actually tell him more if he fails to resist, or
Rules lawyer.
It says if you roll under the skill, it forces you to meet its demand. What is it demanding?
Yeah, I'll say your body is telling you to. Yeah. No, I think it's trying to force you to look away from him. Yeah, like you're disgusted. Yeah, you don't want to look at him any closer.
Ew.
kind
And
of?
maybe it's just because it's a corpse. We'll give Braxton the benefit
Yeah,
of the doubt.
yeah. It could be a combination of the
A
both.
little shrimp
Yeah.
report.
So yeah, Desmond, you're trying to investigate this body.
Yeah,
more?
I'm gonna take in a couple pieces of information at once. I'm trying to. I see Braxton sneering at the body, and immediately I think I'm gonna just get as close as possible to it. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a long sniff.
Ooh.
Any cigarettes,
what?
any alcohol,
Yeah,
any traces.
this is a good-
I'll know. I open
Yeah.
that mouth.
Yeah,
Any
give me
drugs
an
on him?
electrochemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an electrochemistry check. I'll say this is a little challenging because like he has been out here for a bit, so like maybe it's been dissipated. So I'll say this is a 12.
Yeah, I got a 16, so what the fuck do
Yeah,
I get?
yeah. Shit. Okay, great. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, no, that's a godly success according to the skill level. So yeah, no, you get close to him and you take in this deep whiff. And you're not entirely sure, but you from his mouth, you get this scent of something foul, something, and you get the sense that maybe like you see this kind of bubbling, this foam at the corners of his mouth. You can't really place what it is, but you get the sense that he might have taken something or something might have been given to him.
Foaming at the mouth, this seems like an oddity clue.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an
Oddness.
oddness.
Do you share this?
100% I do. Foaming mouth. All right. And then very quickly, after I share that, I also want to look at the knot that was tied. I mean, I know a thing or two about people. I've been doing this a while. So I'm going to try to make maybe an encyclopedia check. Is it a specific type of knot? I know fishermen's got knots. I know construction people got certain knots that are stronger than others. I know laymen's, they got their knots. What kind of knot is used here?
Yeah, no, yeah. Give me an encyclopedia. I'll say this is a medium. Like, it's not super complicated.
I'm
to
fucking stupid,
figure out.
so I got a 4.
Yeah, this is
twos.
also a white check. So if someone else wanted to investigate the knot, but
Mark
it looks like a
experience
knot.
also.
Yeah, mark experience. Oh yeah, Tori, would you mark experience for a failed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tori, make sure
Always
you mark
learning, man. You
experience
learn
for
more
this as
from the
well.
failures.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, you're not really sure what kind of knot it is. It is this like bungee cable, but it could be or like
I also had a different question. I'm coming into the scene with -1 health. Do I have a negative condition at the start of the game, like a tag that's affecting me?
Yeah. I'll say we can kind of there are different like conditions that you can look at. But some of the conditions there are like afraid, angry, confused,
Since it's
naive,
health,
reckless.
Since it's health, I feel
Yeah.
like it should be something physical. I think jittery.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be I think jittery could be something like honestly, it could be one of the physical conditions is sick, keeping yourself together and using devices. Like it could be this is like your impulse is to take these drugs to keep this on so you don't
Sure. Cool. I wanna farm
you feel
experience
extra
by
compelled.
leaning into my negative
Well,
tags.
Yeah.
Also, now that we're talking about this, I also have a -1 to health, so I'm gonna really quick look through the conditions too and see if I should.
They're on page 19.
I'm trying to farm XP.
Yeah. And I'll say as you all are doing this, the sun is coming up more, and you kind of can get a little bit more of a sense of the lay of the land. This area, this construction zone, is fairly well open, but you can look around and you see there are the apartment buildings in front of you. You can see some of them have windows facing towards the area, so maybe people had a clear point of view there. You see the dim lights of an exercise, like a gym, also facing the courtyard. To your behind you, you can see a labor yard. This whole place with the sign on the front, New Development Organization. Kind of listing out where you see other excavators, other kind of labor machinery, logs, all of this stuff built up. And you see other various things like that. But also, you can see nearby a large carnival with different kind of roller coasters and things everywhere.
There was something about his shirt.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess it didn't happen. But while investigating the body, like, would we have found...
Yeah, well, I'll say, Desmond, like, while you were close to the body, you could see that his shirt is kind of unbuttoned. Like, it's been, like, pulled back a little bit.
Do I see this? I'm watching Desmond do the body.
Yeah, I'll say if you get close enough, like, if you're getting close to the body, yeah, you could see this.
I think if you don't investigate it, I'm going like, you're not gonna look into that?
You catch me searching through the pockets, seeing if there's any cigarettes.
Okay, and then I rip open the shirt because I want to see what's in there.
I will say, if you want to rip open the shirt, you do have to get through the cables.
Oh, there's
like the
cables
ropes
around him. Yeah. Okay, then I
interfacing.
I won't rip through the shirt because that
sounds
doesn't.
like something strong. People.
That sounds like just like really strong. You know, I think I want to pat down and see if there's anything under his shirt, like through the cables.
Yeah. You can pat down his shirt. I'll say, this is pretty easy. This was something you would notice, like, fairly simply. You pat down his shirt, and you can feel some like ridges, like lumps.
There are lumps under there.
Cancer got him.
What'd you say?
Cancer got him.
Not that kind of lumps. Oh, we gotta get these cords off him.
Oh, maybe I could take a crack at it if you don't have a multi-purpose tool on your tool belt. Sometimes you gotta take it with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll say
the guns
if
down.
Are you trying to like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say the shirt can also, like, the bumps, like the lumps, like you feel like under the shirt can be a clue. Like, but I feel like I'll say the shirt being unbuttoned is a clue, in the chat. But the lumps, since you're not sure what they are, if you pull open the shirt, maybe they.
Yeah, that's what I think. We gotta look at it more.
All right, physical instrument, endurance.
Yeah, I think this could be a physical instrument check.
All right.
It could be a couple of things depending on how you want to argue. Like if you're trying to physically pull the ropes apart, or if you're trying to untie them. So there are a few different ways you could do it. But yeah, no, if you're trying to pull them apart, I'll say this is a physical instrument. I'll say it's challenging. It's a 12.
First, I take detailed pictures before I destroy the evidence. Then I roll. Oh, Lord. Got me a 16. Finally, things are looking up.
Jeez.
Awesome. Yeah, no. Yeah, you are able to expertly like rip these kind of cables apart, and you feel a snap, snap, snap as they each kind of unpull. And the body, it's already been lowered to the ground, so it doesn't fall as much as it kind of slumps a little bit.
Oh, rigor
as it's
mortis.
now not holed
Interesting.
up. Because it's not holed up as much. And now the shirt is clear to be pulled back.
Well, let's hear it then. Tattoos.
Yeah, are you pulling,
What's the note?
Yes.
Lumps.
Yeah. So you pull the shirt back, and you can see kind of branded on his chest the words, "The end is nigh."
What the fuck?
What kind of clue What kind of clue is this? Key?
Oddness.
I think that is
Trace?
a fucking oddness. That's oddness as hell.
I'd say this is an oddness. Yeah.
Have we gotten anything that's not an oddness or a key?
We've
yet?
only gotten keys and oddness.
Let me.
That
We've
could be a
gotten
trace.
we have some of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this could be a
Or the
trace.
foaming mouth could be a
Someone
trace.
put.
Somebody did this
and
to
also
him.
y'all got a few mementos. I know Tori. I think
that's
for
for
your
me.
personal
Yeah,
identity
can we
stuff.
combine
Yeah.
our personal identity with our to do a hunch? It's just
You can't.
That they're hunches for the different thing. Can you?
Well, I don't think the clues necessarily apply to different different tracks, but I do
Yeah,
think that you
that's-
have to be able to logically connect them. You can't be like my PS5 controller is also relevant to the crime scene.
So well, here's what I'm thinking at this point.
It's me or the PS5.
What I'm thinking,
Yeah.
a little bit with my thought, am I guilty? And the key of wet blood at the scene of the crime, the oddness of his body being strung up at the construction site, and me knowing that I am forklift certified, I have a hunch that I am in fact guilty, and I might need to cover my shit. Is that how I would build a hunch here?
That's fucking crazy.
I will say, so forming hunches, we talked about it a little bit, like diversified pool of clues. Don't wait until you have, et cetera, et cetera. The different kind of hunches there are, we didn't go through this earlier, but now that we're on the stage where we can form one, there are also 7 kind of hunches. There is anamnesis.
I think this would be
Anamnesis?
a suspect.
And if, yeah. Oh, you're looking at it? Yeah, I feel like suspect. I think this could be a hunch for a suspect. Like you do have these kind of connections that you have come together about yourself.
And I think that the reason that it's happening right now, of looking at it, I think that I've been thinking about it a little bit, but I think the reason is just this is so fucked up. Like the brain, and I'm like, holy shit, did I do that? Like, why would I do that? Like, what's wrong with me? And that's why I'm starting to think about myself more seriously, because just the rest of the hard, like, this is all soft evidence, this is all motive, and I don't know what my motive could be, and all of the hard evidence points to maybe it was me.
Yeah, great. Yeah, no, I think that's good. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, you now have that hunch.
Sorry, Mark 2 experience and Mark 1 progress in your case track.
And should I delete the things? Because I can't use them again, right?
No.
So I should mark them off.
We should all do that. Question mark.
I think just
I don't think you should all do that.
Oh, cool.
It's just
Dope.
Yeah, awesome. So, you had a question?
I'm curious because we have a potential witness on our hand, Braxton. So I'm gonna speak to you, Braxton. You seem like a tough guy.
Come
I'm sure
on,
you
man.
work
I'm a
at
teddy bear.
I'm sure you work at that. You work out at that nearby gym. I'm sure of it. Seems like a pretty close walk from here. I'm curious. You seem to run a lot, so I don't think you'd pass out. I bet you could go miles and miles. But what's the last thing you remember?
That's a great question. Last thing I remember before I passed out was feeling grateful to be alive, seeing that sunset, thinking this is a beautiful day. I maybe passed the froyo shop and felt a little bit of temptation, but I fought it off because I know I got some delicious frozen bananas at home that I'm gonna just eat.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I think I want to see where you passed out.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna generally investigate if there's signs of potentially somebody tampering with a witness.
Oh, like at the place where
Braxton woke up.
passed out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So I guess
I think
if
this
we're
is a great
moving,
idea for us to leave this area. Let's go.
Yeah.
I
Awesome. So
forgot
that
my
will be
keys.
wrapping up.
There's a murder on the loose, Al. Why don't we stick together?
Well, I have to grab this. You go ahead. I'll be right there.
I think let's go with you, Al.
How about I do suggestion?
Suggestion contest?
Suggestion
How about I do
contest.
a little like y'all go ahead?
I know exactly what I'm rolling with, and it's shivers. What the fuck do I feel about this person?
Not
Great.
a goddamn thing. Well, fingers crossed. I just got a 5 plus 5 is 10 plus 6 is 16.
Fuck.
Damn.
Uh,
Yeah.
I got an 11, which is not enough.
So I guess we leave.
So what did
right?
everybody else roll?
I didn't roll anything.
I
guess
rolled
I
an
should.
11.
I'm gonna roll volition because I want us to work as a team. Oh no, not volition. Excuse me.
Esprit.
Spear decor.
Breathe.
Cool. Esprit de quoi?
That's a 13, man.
So I say,
I
I'll be
guess-
right with you. Don't worry
All
about it.
right, okay. You scamp.
And I just wipe down, like as they're walking away, I wipe down all the areas where I could have left fingerprints. In doing so,
Oh,
maybe
shit.
where other people left fingerprints too.
Oh fuck. Okay. I real quick, rules lawyer, I was gonna say, would Braxton and Desmond mark EXP for failing the contest?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you two mark EXP. But yeah, I was gonna say, Al, so you're wiping this down. And you didn't really clock it before. But looking at the at the excavator again in the console, you see that there are keys in the are still in the excavator.
Do I have keys on my person? Do I have my handy dandy carabiner that I assume I have?
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, fuck.
Are these my keys?
Any identifiable keychain,
I'm
memento?
taking the keys. I'm absolutely taking the keys.
Is that a clue? Is that
That's
a
a
key
key.
Is that a key?
Yeah, no, this is a
And
clue.
is it a
Yeah,
ring
no,
of
this is
keys?
definitely
Or is it just the
it
one?
it is just the one. And on the little label that is attached to the key, it just says something like excavator 1.
So this is the company's key.
Like it's the company's key.
Then I will wipe it down and
Holy
put it back in
Fucking shit.
and then leave.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that I will say that is a key. That is a key.
Key,
You could
key.
like a literal key.
I
Perfect.
don't
yeah,
think
so we are
I don't think Al is telling us about that. Right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. I'm not telling you no.
Awesome. Great. Yeah. So this is our first scene is wrapping up. For everyone that has thoughts, which is that everyone at this point? Oh, Desmond, you don't have a thought. But for those who do have thoughts, you will mark a single they mark a single point in the thought, or
Yes.
they could spend XP.
You could spend XP. So this is the end of the scene is the best time to award XP and spend it. So you guys already tracked the rolls you failed, so you already have that written down. Another thing to note is remember you can only get one hunch per track in each scene. So if y'all wanted to get a hunch out of this scene, you might want to do that now.
I think we only have
before-
key and oddness clues.
Yeah, I think the only way that
yeah,
I
you-
was able to
you-
do them
you
was
d-
with my thing, the memento.
You can do that.
Branding.
You don't need. Yeah.
The branding was a trace. We
But
decided.
but you only need to combine 2 different kinds. You have to spend 3 clues, but
Yeah. It doesn't have to be 3.
Oh, I thought they had to be
Yeah.
all of those.
no, it just has
No.
to be
Yeah.
at least 2
Yeah.
different.
It's 3 clues, 2 different kinds. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, Desmond, you want to go first?
If you all have hunches you want to go into, go crazy.
Can I combine foaming mouth
Mm.
and Actually, no. I have a key and an oddness clue. We said the brand is which one? Trace or oddness?
Trace.
I want to make sure. Trace?
Because somebody did that
Mhm.
to them.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Maybe he did it himself.
That would fucking hurt.
Trace? You never know, man. What did it say again?
The end is nigh.
Okay. I want to recap some lore. The construction site is for what again? And what is it across from?
It is for the New Development Organization. It is across from the New Development Organization's like labor yard, offices, all of that. The company, the corporation. It is also across from the apartment buildings where people live. You could see the gym, alleyways, presumably where. Presumably where you woke up from yourself, Desmond, in like one of the alleyways, and a large carnival, like a large with
And
roller
this
coasters.
is going to be
and all
a
of those things.
future apartment building? Question mark.
These apartment buildings are the broken down apartment buildings that haven't been demolished yet.
Oh, they haven't been demolished yet.
No.
Do we know what the apartment buildings, why they were broken down to begin with?
I mean, we don't remember.
You don't remember, but like they're old. Like you could tell just from looking at them, they're old.
Cool, got it.
I'll say that can honestly like be a clue potentially. Like you could argue that like the fact that the apartment like
So many clues.
But-
Regardless, I don't want to take up too much time trying to think of unless I can only form one once per scene, right?
You
can't-
can only form one.
it's only one hunch per scene.
If
Yeah.
you wanna think, I have a little thing that I want to see if I can do. Like if you want to
Sure.
look at your evidence and think. Okay. So here's the thing. It costs 5 XP to internalize a thought. With my failures and forming the hunch, I currently only have 3 HP. However, XP. However, with my move to have the hunch that I am in fact guilty and go back and erase all evidence, would we count that as like a fun expression of character that would bump me up so then I could like have that thought internalized?
I think so. Yeah.
Like would that feels like a mechanically reasonable?
That feels good. That feels like a. Yeah, I think that's in expressing your character in an interesting, compelling, remarkable way.
Okay, then I'm gonna internalize the thought I am guilty.
This is also definitely the place where you decide, like where you figure out that stuff too, like where you would be like, oh, did I do role playing in an interesting way,
Gotcha.
et cetera. So that's
I'll
good that you're
also
doing it
say,
now.
in terms of marking EXP for expressing yourself in a compelling or remarkable way, Desmond, you for like thinking of like smelling to see if he had any drugs, I'd say that you got experience points for that. And then Braxton, I'd say you got 1 experience points for that. And Braxton, I'll say for tearing apart, like using your strength, this like body that you've honed, you got an experience point for that as well.
So I have internalized the thought. I don't know effects of that, but we can shift and come back to that if.
We should go over it.
Okay.
Once you make 3 progress in a thought's progress bar and the thought is consolidated in your mind, you roll in the yes/no tables in the oracle to see what conclusion you reach. Adjust the roll's probability according to what you know of your character at this point. If you have enough information about your character to think one of the 2 options is more likely than the other, roll on the likely table or even on the almost certain table. If you don't have enough information on your character about your character yet, roll on the disputed table.
Where are these? What's happening? Because I've internalized the. What? Where? What?
You roll. Basically, you are. I will give you the oracle. Basically, you internalize the thought. You are rolling to see what the answer is. What conclusion you came to on the thought. So,
okay. I guess the thing is, I know what the conclusion.
Okay, I guess then.
I think oracles are the suggestions, question mark.
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, for the thought, I think the way it would work is like you don't fully get the benefits of the conclusion of it until the end of the thought.
I think that maybe you roll on it anyway, but you are pretty convinced that you're going to conclude that you are guilty, so you would roll on the almost certain track.
Gotcha. Okay.
So roll 2d6, and I will tell you what the result is. Because I think that oracles are suggestions, but in terms of thoughts, like I think that this is a mechanic. I want to say
Sure.
that's the impression that I'm getting.
I mean, I only got a 3, so the answer is no. Am I in denial? And that's why I'm covering up evidence? I'm like, absolutely not. I couldn't have done this. There's no way that I could have done this. So we're erasing all fingerprint. Like, what do we think?
I'm looking at internalizing thought. What page are you looking
I'm on
at?
65, concluding thoughts.
Concluding thoughts. Once you
About
make
this
3,
because I know
we
oracles-
haven't made 3 progress on the thought
Well,
yet.
that's what Emma just did.
Spend XP to do that.
Yeah. I spent
Oh,
She
okay.
basically
Sorry.
sped along the
Yeah.
process, I think.
Yeah.
You roll the yes/no tables and oracles to see what conclusion you reach. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that feels like a.
I mean,
Yeah, so I think it could be something like you're like, yeah, no, there's no way I could possibly have done this.
Michael, how does it work in the video game?
In the video game, the thoughts are pretty much like set in terms of it tells you what bonus like you're gonna get once.
Well,
you
like,
conclude the
do you
thought.
come to an answer, or is it just
Oh, yeah. No, you do come to an answer.
you get to decide
but I
what
think,
the answer is,
I
or
think
does it just tell you what you think the answer is?
I think it just tells you what
Okay,
the answer
okay.
is. If
I think
remember
the
correctly.
intention behind this mechanic is we're playing amnesiacs. We don't fully understand our characters. You've been going through the motions of it. My
Yeah.
interpretation is
Mhm.
that this is the moment after you've wiped the fingerprints and you're looking at the tag where you realize either, yes, I definitely killed him, or wait, what am I fucking doing? This key definitely doesn't belong to me. I
sure.
definitely didn't do this. Like a flash
Yeah.
of memory comes to you.
So
Yeah.
I realize that my hunch is wrong.
Yeah.
Slay.
Yeah.
I'm innocent.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
The thought internalizes.
I don't think that means you lose the hunch, though.
No, I still
It's only the
have
thought.
it. Because
thought,
then
the thought.
I did
Yeah.
the hunch, so like I think yeah. Am I guilty?
Yeah, I think hunches. Yeah.
No. For me, I feel like with all the evidence I've collected and the hunch, I have internalized the thought, am I guilty? And I am consumed with the idea that yes, I am guilty.
Yeah, I think I like that that you have that thought, and I think so. Yeah, you have this thought now, and we can decide on the bonuses and potentially the negatives you get with that. So if you look through the skills, and honestly, I'll send this because this is like a quicker way to just look. Well, actually, never mind. Yeah, if you look through the skills, what do you think you would get bonuses for? Like, what ideas do you have?
How many / what types of bonuses am I working with here?
Yeah, so if like on the, I'm looking through the thoughts right now. Like some have like +2, +2, -1, just +3, +2, +2. So it could be whatever you're thinking.
2 to 3.
You get plus. Some of them have +2 in one skill, +2 in another skill, -1 in another skill. So I would say total you
Net
could get
3 positive.
net 3 or 4,
Yeah, net
3
3
or
positive.
4 depending on the severity.
Well, the ones that were
Yeah.
+2, it was usually another -1, right?
Yeah,
But there's some.
But there's
There's
some that are
some
just
that's like
+2,
+4.
+2. Yeah.
I would like
Yeah.
to get a +2. Which one is it? I think you were using it, Desmond. That's shivers.
shivers. Yeah, I was gonna say shivers. I feel like is a good idea for this.
Of
Gut feeling, you know.
gut feeling.
ID
Yeah.
Something's wrong. People are watching me.
Yeah,
+2 to that. I think with it being freaky cult looking shit with the end is nigh. Could I have a +2 to, was it Inland Empire? That's like you start getting weird visions
Yeah.
and shit.
yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah,
And then I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a -1. I'm gonna lower my. I'm in between going for empathy, which is funny because that's really high right now. So I don't know if that would be as effective. Maybe it's esprit de corps. I'm not good at making friends. Like I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that would.
Yeah, I mean, you're hiding
penalize my
this
social
like from people,
skills.
and you feel. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, so you now have this thought, and you were convinced that you have you are like to blame, and we also Desmond, did you have your hunch? Have you created? Your
Yes,
hunch?
I'm going to make a motive hunch. I'm going to combine the brand with the foaming mouth. I think somebody has a vendetta against Alexei and the NDA.
Great.
You do need to combine 3, I think, which might just be Alexei.
Yeah.
You
I
need
have to
2
combine 3.
different ones, but you need 3 total.
I see. All right, I'm going to combine all those. Alexei.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Perfect. And then Braxton, did you have enough to come up with a hunch?
I sure did. And me and Desmond reached the same conclusion. So quickly,
Yeah.
I am going to come up with the idea that I'm gonna combine the fact that the body was found hanging. That's pretty odd. It was branded. Somebody really wanted to make a statement. And the fact it happened at 4:30 a.m. I'm gonna chalk this up to maybe opportunity. The means you would have to be able to transport a body, to brand something on someone's chest, and where are you getting that hot metal? Like that's hard to acquire, I feel. And then also to have the means to just string this body up like this. Whoever did this has a lot of resources. I don't think that this was the common people who are upset that this is happening and they're being displaced. I don't think they could band together and do this. It feels like somebody with maybe some kind of orchestrated, organized.
Yeah.
Suspect.
That's what I got. Suspect or opportunity. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Cool. Sweet. So yeah, we all have these.
Hold on, the rules lawyer is ringing on our door.
I'm sorry.
Sad face.
It's actually
What?
You do have to roll on the table.
For my hunch?
No, not for a hunch.
Oh, okay.
For the oracle.
Can we say fuck it and ignore that roll?
I think it's more interesting to.
The most important rule to follow is the rule of cool, in which everybody has fun. So
It sounds like you're having fun.
There's nothing
That's
more
the-
fun than this dejected voice.
I have a lot of fun when rules aren't followed, and I don't like rules. Let's continue.
Well,
I'm so
I do
glad.
Well, I think that it could still be the same. I think mechanically it's the same. I do think I don't know.
I feel my brain so desperate to keep playing this game.
Yeah.
And in a future
Yeah.
scene, can I ask that somebody use a token on me?
I would love to. I was looking for
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think I feel like this first scene was a good chance for us to figure out all of the different rules
It's
and
great.
like kind of get more used to interjection stuff. Cool. So yeah, I'll say we just jump into the next scene. Where are we trying to go? We're trying to go to
Where did Braxton pass out?
Yeah, I was about to ask that question.
In front of the carnival, fucking the gym. I don't know.
It's so interesting that we're just going to have... Like, Michael, do you know the answers to this stuff? Are we just coming up together? Like,
No, yeah, this was like for you, like the where you woke up. I don't know if you had a solid idea.
middle of the road.
like you were.
Some beautiful cinematic street lights to either side. A little bit of snow, maybe starting to fall.
I'll say you. We go to like we enter the next scene. And you all are walking away from the central courtyard, and you vaguely remember where your steps took you last night when you were running. You think you were running maybe laps around the town. It's not the biggest town. It's very small. Physically, you'd be able to do that, like even if it was larger. But you were running around... a little bit more towards the beachfront. This is a beachfront town, the carnival. Imagine the the carousels and all the stuff they have in Los Angeles. So similar to that, there's like the dock, within view of the labor yard, but less so. As you walk forward, you see this all of these remnants of ships and boats left on the coast, presumably from the war that was fought here years ago. You can make your way through here, and you see kind of footprints marked on the way. And I'll say this is a clue. You look down, Braxton, and as you step in one of the footprints on the sand, it matches your shoe.
Whose?
Yours,
Mine?
Braxton.
Oh, my New Balance shape-ups?
That's a trace.
Yeah.
So I was
it's a trace.
I was coming from the ships or going towards the ships?
You were I'll say you were coming, like, going towards the ships.
Where do the footsteps end?
Yeah, so you follow these footprints forward, and you come to this large kind of destroyer, this like old kind of desiccated marine vessel that is washed up on the beach like a whale. You know, it's been cracked, kind of deposed. And you see graffiti, different stuff. But as you all walk up to this thing, you see there is a large patch of graffiti written across the side that says "The end is nigh."
Now, what would I have
That's a
been
clue.
doing on a
And this is
shipyard?
this is a clue. Yeah, no, this is a clue.
Is that coincidence? Because we've heard this before.
I feel like, yeah, I think this could be a coincidence. Yeah. This could be a coincidence.
What color is the graffiti in?
It's like a blood red, like a very, very stark red.
I will go ahead and pass a token with this coincidence. I want to evoke shivers on Desmond of if we've seen this before and we're seeing this again, then clearly, like, someone is currently watching and this is no longer a safe place to be.
Ooh, that's awesome. Can I roll that?
That's great. I love that. Yeah. I'll roll that. I'll say this is you're accepting the check, so yeah, it's just against your skill. So you have to roll above it to succeed, right? Rules lawyer.
So you have to roll above it to succeed.
Yeah,
Yes.
I fucking did that.
Perfect.
6 is my shivers. I rolled an 11.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So you're walking forward and you see this large ship kind of imposingly standing above you all. And it's been cracked in half a while ago. And you can see, like, there's other graffiti on it. There's kind of evidence that people maybe climb up in it. And you get the feeling, that you're being watched.
All right. I lean over to Brack. All right. No sudden movements. I know you're a bit of an optimist, but the world's cruel. We got people watching us. And if they're the same people that did that to Alexei, we might be in trouble. So no sudden movements. Keep your voice low.
Yeah.
I look around and turn around. And, Al, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Does my camera have an autofocus or perhaps a find face feature?
That's a good.
Little
Bit of
camera
This is really good.
lore.
Interfacing?
Yeah,
Question mark?
I think this is a good. Would you say? I'd say this could be. I don't know if it'd be interfacing. I feel like it could be perception.
with a
What would you like to
I would advocate
Yeah.
for either perception or hand-eye coordination because I'm having to like not be slow and check my, monitor.
I'm gonna say I feel like you're trying to find something, like
Yes.
you're trying to look for something. I'll say this is perception. I'll say it's not. I'd say this is a big ship, but like you're able to zoom in pretty far. I'll say this is a medium check, so a 10.
9.
oh.
Damn. Yeah. No. So you're scanning.
Wait,
You're
is
scanning
your camera part of your
through-
gear?
It is.
What?
Were you using the plus for it?
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, no. So you look, yeah, you're looking around, and you can't really place anything. Like you're not able to find anything with your zoom, but you mark an experience for that.
Ah, Desmond, I think we're fine.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna say, Desmond, I forgot to have you check the last, but give me a quick electrochemistry.
Oh, yeah,
check
to see if
if
my
you still
effects-
get the bonuses.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let me roll that. Roll the 4 plus 1 plus 7. Whatever that is. 11.
You make an electrochemistry skill check. I'll say it says when doing drugs, you make an electrochemistry skill check at the end of the scene if successful. Yeah, I'll say it was a medium check. So yeah, 11. Yeah, you still have the bonuses. For
Nonetheless,
this scene. You're still feeling.
I'm gonna pop some shrooms. I'm feeling like I need some more in my system.
Okay, great.
I think-
Yeah. You do that.
Uh,
You go, Emma.
I think I also have to roll for my nicotine buzz, right?
Yeah. You roll for your
I don't
nicotine
have
as well.
any
I'll
plus
say
for it.
the buzz. Yeah, this is also a medium, so a 10.
I didn't make it, I don't think, because that's a 3.
Yeah, you were now off your buzz.
I will
But Desmond,
Get rid of all
you have
that.
you have taken your shrooms and you take another -1 to your health.
what condition tag should I mark down?
Yeah, I'm gonna say for your condition tag, I feel like shrooms kind of zones you out, right? Like it's a psychedelic, so you're a lot more kind of out of things. I'm gonna say for this,
Like my shivers has increased my conceptualization has increased. Like my mind is opening up.
You
Yeah,
can
I'm
get
gonna say-
nauseous. You can get really nauseous. So I don't know if that's a constitution
yeah,
thing. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say you are gonna have a difficult time. Conditions, it doesn't necessarily say what negative or plus.
It can
you
be
get.
up
I think
to
you can, like,
minus
evoke it,
1
right?
to -3, depending on the situation.
Yeah. So I'll say for your condition, you were feeling kind of like sick and like you were like having like this kind of inclination to do stuff. I'm gonna say you're starting to feel a little bit exhausted. So any kind of like physical instrument, like that hands-eye coordination, is going to have like a negative. Physical instrument and hand-eye coordination are going to have a -1.
Yeah, I think they're in the conditions are just tags that are negative and can be invoked they can be
Anytime.
invoked whenever they're relevant. They can be invoked negatively or positively if the circumstance asks for it.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll ask for that because
Perfect.
I want
Sweet.
XP.
Yeah, so you have popped the shrooms and you're like feeling pretty jazzed. But yeah, what's going on?
I
What's
also
up?
have a thought. I actually don't have thoughts, which is what my thought is about. Only the GM and other players can give me thoughts, right?
No, I think you can propose thoughts yourself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could do it to
It's the
yourself.
same
yeah.
as it's the same as
misinterpreted the
interjections. Where if you
Misinterpreted the rules.
yeah, I think I'll double check and get back to you, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I read in the book that other players in the GM, so I was confused. But
It says they're triggered by events during the game. It can be proposed by anyone at the table, although the GM has the final say about how the thought takes form.
copy that.
Mhm.
I'll be
Yeah.
thinking about thoughts to maybe a thought I have is I wonder if I need drugs to function.
That's a good thought. Yeah. I think that's a good thought. Yeah. I'll say you can have that. Yeah. So yeah, you all are looking you all are looking around this the ship, and yeah, you don't notice anything off the bat. If you were to want to see anything more, you'd probably have to go inside of it.
I'm gonna search my brain library to see encyclopedically. Do I recognize the phrase "the end is nigh"?
Yeah. Give me an encyclopedia check. I'll say this is challenging, so this is going to be a 12.
Well, I rolled a 6, so
Yeah, you know the phrase, like it's a common phrase, but you don't know if there's any significance tying it to this town.
Was that a white check or a red check?
I'll say that's a white check. So
like
if you level up.
I would like to roll Inland Empire on the end is nigh to see if it.
Yeah, no, this is great. Give me an Inland Empire roll. I'll say this is a 10. This is a medium.
The first die is a 6.
Oh shit.
The second die is under the keyboard. The second die is a 2. That's a 8, and I have a 2 to Inland Empire. That's a 10.
Yeah. So yeah, no, you were successful. You were successful with this check. So you feel like you're reaching into this brain, and you hear this voice in your head that's kind of talking to you, and it's expressing like these feelings, and it's like this land is tied to something deeper than what you see currently. Everything that's been built upon here was built upon stolen land. Like this place has been taken from others, and you get the sense that the end is nigh is not only in reaction to the old apartment buildings that are going to be paved away from the people that own them now, but you get the sense that it's something that has been happening and that is culminating in something that's about to happen to this town. And
Retribution.
like you're trying. Yeah.
That's what I say out
You
loud.
get the sense that
Brax, as you guys have noticed, ever since Desmond took out the shrooms and popped them, Braxton has got a little quiet, a little, bristled up a little.
I was going to interject on you, actually.
Well, let me get to the end of my thing,
you go ahead.
and then you can tell me.
Because you might be doing it already.
After I failed my camera, I now have 5 XP. It sounds like there's an opportunity to go into the ship, even though we have some shivers that maybe folks are here. I would like to spend my 5 XP to internalize the thought that I had where it's like, lazy people, if you're not constantly striving for physical excellence, you are wasting your life. You might as well be dead after seeing this consumption of drugs when you could have just done some jumping jacks or something if you needed a rush. I feel I've cemented that as an internal thought, and now I roll for it on a table or something, and this will all culminate, and I am ready to walk in that ship, because I do not waste my time with distractions of the flesh and other sorts.
Yeah. So, so it's like you're trying to say yes or no to whether people who like
if
are
you're
lazy
not
are like
maximizing physical potential, if you're not treating your body like a temple, you might as well be a corpse.
So it's yes or no to this.
Yes or no.
Cool. I'm gonna say, yeah. This is like since we said that like for these like it's you roll on the oracles, which
here so you did you outline the 2 conclusions you could arrive at? There's like you come up with 2 possible conclusions you could arrive at, and then you say what the benefits of each would be, and then you roll to see which one is. Yeah.
Conclusion 1. If you're not maximizing your time in healthy pursuits, you are wasting your time here, and I value you less. The pro is I am not that. I am physically at my peak. So I feel good about myself in that way, and I feel I'm capable to handle these circumstances because that's something I commit myself to. The other option is people can do whatever they want with their life, and all life has value regardless. And the benefit of that is it increases my empathy and allows me to maybe see possibilities here that I would have missed if I choose to stay in my narrow way of thinking.
Do you think you're more inclined to sway in either direction?
No, I don't know. Do I have to pick?
Yeah, so I think we
don't.
can do probability. Yeah, we can do probability disputed.
Like 50-50, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for probability disputed, we'll say conclusion 1. If you hit 1 through 3, you get conclusion 1, and if you do 4 through 6, you get conclusion 2, and you just roll 1d6.
6. So although I initially
Yeah.
spike up at the sight of shrooms, it occurs to me that Desmond is an adult. Desmond's a nice person. I've talked to Desmond. You know, we've
So
commiserated.
nice.
Well, not nice, but
iffy on the nice, but
I'm sure I just haven't gotten to know you enough, Desmond. And it occurs to me, if you've made it this far and you make the choices that you make, there's lots of different ways to live a life. And instead of, charging my way into the ship, I says, hey, Desmond, I know you're feeling a little nervous that there might be other people here, but hey, there's 3 of us. If we work together, we got this.
I mean,
Let's get in
not so
that
loud,
ship.
not so loud, not so loud.
Yeah. So I'll say you pick two like skills that you add two, and then one that you subtract 1, or you could do just
While
1
you're
for 3.
Picking skills, I really like I get that you pick the 2 possible conclusions your characters may reach, and I would like to, in the spirit of the game, I think the 2 that I would have done is the larger probability would have been I did this, and the smaller probability would be I was a pawn. So like I still think I did it no matter what, but I'm operating now on like I need to find who used me in this.
Great. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, cool. Sweet. Yeah, do you know what you're going to add to, Tori?
Yes. So instead of adding 2 and 2, I would like to just add 2 to empathy and 1 to composure. Because I've come to some peace that maybe there's lots of different ways people can exist.
Great. Yeah, I love that. Perfect. Yeah, so you have concluded this thought and you have done this to yourself. And you all are still looking up at this large ship. What are you doing?
Let's go in.
Sweet.
Was it it was written in red? Is it written in blood? Or paint?
You look at it and it's pretty clear that it was paint. Okay. It's not blood. Which I'll say like could be another clue. Like I'll say that could be a trace, that could be a trace.
Oh, that's a good point. Are we changing scenes?
No, not changing scenes. This is still. I'll say this is still the same location.
Who's leading the charge on this?
Yeah, that's what I was about.
I'm happy to.
Can I propose? I now have a token because somebody used it on me. I think there's this part of Disco Elysium that I've never explored, but there's this like bookstore, and there's like a staircase in the bookstore that gives you the strangest vibes. And there's like gossip about the bookstore, I think. Regardless, it's up to the player choice to explore it or not, because it gives such rancid vibes. I personally, in my run through, never did. And I'd like to do something similar here. I think Inland Empire is speaking to you right now.
Ooh, yeah.
And there
to
is
Al?
some
To who?
Yeah, to Al.
You.
And there is something.
To me? Or to Braxton?
No, to Braxton.
To Braxton.
And it's Braxton, like Jackson.
Braxton.
I've been
I'm
adding
so
the
sorry,
T.
Braxton.
I'm sorry, Braxton.
I've been Baxter. Hey, just call me friend. Okay.
Right.
Okay, friend.
All right, my friend.
Inland Empire is speaking to me, man. What's it saying, man?
I think there is something deep, foul with this place you're about to enter. Like the horrors of a war you never experienced are about to be confronted. And as you take a step forward, it's like you are transcending into a different realm. Do you continue? ? Does that sound fair?
That's a good.
Yeah. I would like to continue. What do I need to roll to commit to that?
You're rolling versus.
So are you? So Anish is like
Inland.
if Braxton accepts, he doesn't go in.
Yeah.
I reject it.
Okay.
Okay.
So you roll against your Inland Empire,
Which is a 0.
So that's. Oh, so does that mean? For rules lawyer,
I think
what would
that's
that mean?
because it's not a very strong. You're not superstitious.
Yeah. I just
It's
wanted to
Must have been the
color it.
wind.
It's easy
Yeah, cool.
to beat it. It doesn't tempt you.
Man, it's kind of chilly
So you
in
just
here.
oh yeah, you still roll 2d6 because if you roll 2 1s, that
It's a
means you
failure.
fail.
Oh,
Imagine.
Double ones, snake eyes.
threes. Double threes.
Cool. Yeah. No, you
Right down the middle.
You like have this you have this kind of feeling wave over you, but you shrug it off. It doesn't really affect you that much.
Getting kind of hungry, huh? Okay, so then I have
Awesome.
the token.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
you have the token.
so I'll
So you should have
be
2
intentional
now.
about sending it in this next leg.
Yeah. So is everyone walking into this place?
Yeah.
I want to take a look around to see if there's anybody watching us. But beyond
Cool, yeah,
outside, near the boardwalk, maybe past the sand, closer to the carnival.
Yeah, give me a perception check. I'll say this is like the same as when well actually maybe slightly less. Like this is a little bit challenging, I think. So I'll say this is 11.
Well, I got a 16.
Damn. Okay, great. Yeah. You look around and you can see. You don't necessarily see someone at first, but you're looking and you see there's some scuff marks, some sand, kind of left with some footprints, kind of around as if someone's been climbing up through the bowels of the ship, and ducking around a corner, you see the scruff of a blonde head.
Like a full person?
Yeah.
All right. I need you to come out right now. You, behind the ship.
I'm gonna say, I feel like this is authority.
Yeah, it is. I got +2 to that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is I feel like this is. I'm gonna say this is a medium. I'll say this is a 10.
I rolled an 8 +2.
Hey, look at that.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. No. Great. So you call out to this person, and from behind this little this deck of the ship, you see a small boy poke his head out, and he says, "Hello. Who are you people? What are you doing out here? Are you gonna say anything?"
Did you paint that on the wall? Did you paint the end is 9? Did you do that?
No.
Who
Did you
did
see
it?
who did?
I don't know anything. Look, I don't really have a place to go. I just come in here sometimes. Please don't run me away.
Hey, listen now. We're not trying to run you away. We just have a few questions. What? Do you see anybody around here? Anybody else occasionally spend time here?
I'm gonna say this is a suggestion check. If you all are trying to talk him down, like to come down and like talk to you,
Who's got
if
good
that's what you're trying to do.
suggestion?
What is Esprit de Corps?
I couldn't convince you
Am I good
into
at
one of
that?
those.
I don't know.
Might I interest?
Spirit of Core is
him?
like teamwork, like that kind of
Sure.
stuff.
Come on, buddy. It's not you versus the world, man. It's all of us in it together, man.
Yeah, I think it's Esprit de Corps. This is what it says. This is your teamwork skill.
Yeah.
The one that connects you to your colleagues. It gives you
Yeah,
flashes
this is
about
Yeah.
your coworkers to better understand your tiny
Yeah, it's-
role in the institution.
Yeah. So I don't know if that would work necessarily for this. I'm gonna say like it could be suggestion. It could also be authority again if you wanted to like command him to come down.
Yeah.
But I will say this is a red check.
Empathy is for reading people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, while this is happening, can I be doing empathy to get a vibe on this kid?
Yeah. I'll say this is kind of I'll say this is a medium check, so like a 10.
Okay, and then you're doing authority, I think. Or what were you?
What do you have in authority?
And I'll say if Al succeeds on the empathy check, you will get an additional +2 to the authority check.
I got a 17 on empathy.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, so like clearly succeed. Yeah. You look at this kid, and you can see he's like really scared. Like he shouldn't be like this is presumably from what he's been saying the place where he's been saying he seems to be all alone. So you could probably play on that
With
to
the
force him to come down.
17, do I get the vibe that he recognizes me at all?
Yeah, this is a good question. I'll say like he is looking at you.
Oh no.
This
In
kid,
particular.
this kid doesn't have anything to do with it. We should let him go. He doesn't have like.
I'll say
He's
I'll
just
say
a-
that as a clue for you, Al.
The kid recognizes me.
I'll say it's a clue that he's looking at you, and it's also for everybody a clue that there's a kid staying in this place.
Sure. Okay.
What type of clue would that be? Is this
Trace?
What'd you say?
Trace? Because it has to do with a person.
I'll say I feel like trace makes sense.
Okay.
That there's like a kid here,
But it would it be a roll to recognize?
or maybe it'd be an oddness.
Oh,
To
yeah.
recognize that the kid is staring at me.
Yeah, because I don't know if we pick up on that. Or
I think you just
Fair.
know that the kid's
Yeah.
there is your trace.
Yeah, y'all know that the kid's there. Al specifically knows that like the kid is looking at Al, looking at him. Yeah.
This kid-
So yeah, this happens.
We gotta. He's just a kid. This kid doesn't know anything.
say oddness or trace.
I like oddness. It's weird that there's a kid on
yeah.
a ship.
I think
alone.
a trace
Yeah, it's
is
oddness,
trace
I'd
says
say.
it's something that points out the presence of somebody. I don't know
Yeah.
how much that.
The
I guess it
foot
must
But
have
not
pointed to the
presence.
presence of
and then we
someone else.
found.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say yeah. You could mark the footsteps that you saw as well for trace.
So is Al trying to convince us, like, just, hey, we don't need to disturb this kid?
Yeah.
I think Desmond is like, I think I'll be the judge of that. All right, kid.
Is this going to be a contested role?
I think it would be. I think I would try to convince you. I think it's suggestion for me of like really like let's leave the poor kid alone. Let's leave him alone.
Again, I think it might be authority again. It's no. Somebody fucking died here.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, I didn't roll good.
I didn't roll good.
I rolled a 2 on one die. I need to re-roll this one because it landed on the floor. That's 4 plus 3 is 7 total.
I got an 8.
So I'm like, come on, leave the kid alone.
All right,
Leave the
kid.
kid. He's just a kid.
Oh, well, you're acting real weird right now.
Hey, because I care about the children. Because I care about the welfare of children.
You
He's
are com-
scared.
We are all suspects. I'm not
You
discounting
out
myself
walking
in
in
this
nature
mystery.
with children.
What did you say?
That's a reference. It's a reference. Please, Desmond, take the wheel. I thought it
said
could
that?
light. Dude, who the fuck said that?
All right,
I thought it'd lighten the
Braxton-
mood a little.
Braxton, get him down.
All right. Hey! Get down here, you scamp.
I'm gonna say this is an authority roll, and because Al like kind of like succeeded on that roll, I'll say you get a +2 on top of your 3. So this is I'll say this is a 10 because it's a little kid.
I got an 8.
Oh my God!
No,
You're kidding
even
me.
with +5, damn.
Is this a white or red?
So you see, this is a red. Yeah, this kid.
Oh man,
This
I'm
kid,
a lover, not a
looks at you.
fighter.
It's like I told you people just to leave me alone. And he like runs off like out of your vision, like into the bowels of the ship.
I'm
What can
so
we do?
stressed.
What can
I'm
we
so
do? Nothing.
I'm so stressed that I throw up.
Listen, he was.
You
just a
throw
kid.
up?
Yeah, I'm
Damn.
fucking exhausted.
I'll also say, Tori, Braxton, you since you failed that roll, don't forget to
Thank you.
mark an XP, and also for this, I'll say like on your failure. Hold on. There are a few. I've kind of been doing this before, but I hadn't been really like illuminating like how they work exactly. But since you failed this roll, I'm gonna say you lose a morale. You lose a point of
Yelled at
morale
a kid.
because like this. Yeah, you yelled at this kid, and not just that, but like the kid like didn't respect you. So yeah, you lose a point of morale.
Man.
And yeah, so yeah, this happens. The kid has run away, and you all are kind of left at the bottom of this the ship.
I have an idea. There's a carnival nearby, right?
Yeah, there's a big like.
I kind of I get a little bit of the drugs out of my system when I throw up, and I think I get a little bit of clarity. Rex, and I sometimes I forget that sometimes you need to be a good cop, and sometimes you need to be a bad cop. Clearly, didn't work out. I'm gonna run over, get some cotton candy. Let's coax the kid out, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, let's go to a different location and get some cotton candy.
Should we not pop in the ship? Just
I mean,
We
can.
you've got the
look
detective
around.
moves, Desmond. You tell me where your gut's leading you.
I mean,
man.
I'm not gonna enter a location in which we haven't completely staked it out. There could be criminal activity in there.
There's a
And I don't
child.
got any weapons. You
That's
never know.
true.
We're all suspects.
Can I do on like the footprints and scuff marks and such, could I do visual calculus to see if the child did all of this or if there's other people here?
Like, is the kid
Oh, yeah,
tall
no, that's
enough
great.
to reach the?
Yeah, no, I'll say, yeah, give me a visual calculus check. I'll say this is a medium. This is a 10. It's not like terribly hard.
That's a failure. I got a 6.
Yeah, so take an EXP point, and I'm gonna say, yeah, you have no idea, but because you are looking at this, I'm gonna say because you failed, you see kind of scattered, like hidden back, like as you're looking at all of the footprints, you see kind of a name tag buried in the sand, or at least a worn off name tag, and it is like a badge from the NDO, from the construction site.
Does it have a name on it?
It's worn off. You can't read it.
I tuck it in my pocket.
Oh my god.
Although I will say there is one letter on it that you can see.
Is it an A?
Like the it's an A.
Okay. I use.
That is in my pocket so fast.
Can I use a token?
Oh, sure.
I will try a token because I haven't tried a
this is
token yet.
clue.
I will try to
Yeah.
the skill that's going to whisper in your ear, Al, I think is going to be, I guess, a spear decor, right? Like a feeling of you could trust us.
I'm telling you right now, I hate to say this.
Yeah.
You should pick empathy instead of a spear decor because I have a 7 in empathy and a -1 in a spear decor. So I'm way more just like the idea of like, come on, like your fellow person. Yeah.
Empathy and the rationale I'll give it is because empathy is like reading people, connecting with people. It's like, if I don't know, it's like, is there any way you really could have done this? There's no way. And surely if you share it with us, we will confirm that there's no way you did this.
That I should trust you. That you've revealed me to be, that you have been nice to me so far, and I should
something
trust
like
you.
that. Yeah.
I will contest it. How do I contest it?
You try to roll under
you roll
2d6.
against
2d6?
2d6
Sounds
roll
like
under
it
it.
was 1d6. I
You
can't.
probably need a 7.
That I got an 11.
Damn.
And you get the
5
token.
and 6.
And you get
I
the
got
token. Uh-huh.
I think I don't
Yeah,
have a
so
token.
that means unaffected, like, are able to resist it successfully, right?
However,
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if I was alone while doing this, so if there's any kind of contested roll that y'all want to do to see me grab it, I think that would be valid.
I'll do perception.
Yeah, give me a perception check. I'll say so yeah, I'll say Al kind of walked forward, so this is a little bit challenging. I'll say this is a 12.
Got an 11.
Or did you want to do it contested? Because I could roll maybe hand-eye coordination or reaction speed.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, I'll say let's do that.
What did you roll?
Roll hand-eye coordination.
I rolled
11.
Perception.
I rolled a 9.
Okay, I see it. Then
So you see me
Yeah,
slip
you
a
see it.
badge into my pocket. Or pick up something and put it in my pocket.
do I see what it is?
I mean, it's a small thing, so I think you see maybe shape, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you see like a little shape. You're not really sure what it is.
Okay, cool. Neat
You're
shell.
just filing that away.
Is that a clue? That's a clue, baby.
Is that a clue?
That's a clue. Yeah, that's a clue.
Is that a what is that? An oddness?
Oh,
perhaps?
I feel like yeah, that seems like an oddness. To me.
Like interesting.
It's odd
yeah,
that
it's
you
like,
would have something and not share it. Maybe.
I will also say you didn't really get like I passed over this earlier, but when you were talking to the kid, he said something. He said, "I've already talked to you people before about this."
I didn't even catch
Like
that.
I said,
What?
like he said you've come you come here before, like you people, and that is like a testimony. It was a quick little exchange.
Okay,
but,
interesting.
yeah.
I'm running out of space for clues. How many am I supposed to have?
I'm writing them down.
I'll say I'll say are we moving to another scene? We're thinking going to the carnival.
Can I make a hunch real quick instead?
I do.
Yeah, no. That's what I
I'm
was gonna
also
say.
gonna
I
do
was saying
hunch
like
for
we're
sure.
wrapping the scene up and like making hunches at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna combine Al hiding the badge and the picture of the escalator in the down position.
Mm-hmm.
Along with I don't think I clocked the kid on the boat looking at Al. But the kid on the boat
Yeah,
just
no,
said
I think only Al.
you people. Right?
Yeah.
That's its own separate clue. I'm gonna use
Mhm.
those three to form the hunch that Al has something to do with the murder. I don't know what kind of thing that is, but it's probably suspect hunch.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, so you now have that hunch. Also, give me a quick electrochemistry roll for your shrooms.
Great. I also made a hunch, which has filled up my XP meter. I have 5 XP with 2 left. With 2 left over.
I think that you just have a total of the amount of XP that you have. I don't think it like fills up a meter or anything.
Yeah.
5 XP. I've used 2 to form a hunch. I already had 4, so I just have 1 left over. Basically, what I'm trying to do is internalize a thought before I roll this electrochemistry thing.
Sweet.
I've earned 2 XP from 4. I now have 6. I'm gonna use 5
to
XP to internalize a thought.
Sweet.
The thought I had was, I wonder if I need drugs to function. The answer I am thinking about is yes or no. Yes, I'm nothing without drugs, and I'm a horrible person, so I deserve drugs. And no, my thoughts are clearer without these drugs in my system. And I think the effects are, if I need drugs, I'm going to get +2 electrochemistry and +2 authority and -2 composure. And then on a no, I'm actually going to increase my visual calculus by 3, increase my encyclopedia by 3, and then minus my electrochemistry by 3.
Ooh, that's fun.
+3 is all right. I don't know what the
I'll
breakdown
say
for that
yeah. So the breakdown for that is like the oracles. What do you like think is more likely? That you do rely or you don't rely?
That I need the drugs.
Would you say it's like almost certain that you need the drugs? Likely?
No,
or
because
likely?
when I vomited earlier, I had a nice idea about the cotton candy, and then I kind of softened a bit.
So you'd say it's not likely?
It's 50-50.
Okay, 50-50. Yeah. So we'll say 1 to 3, it's a no. 4 to 6, it's a yes.
Cool. And I need to roll 1d6?
Yep.
Cool. I've rolled a 1.
Oh, so it's a no.
So I do not need drugs to function. I'm going to increase visual calculus by 3, encyclopedia by 3, and my electrochemistry now is +4.
So it's still a +4.
Yep.
Cool. I'd also like to form a hunch.
Sweet. What's your hunch?
I am putting together the kid looking at me, the badge that I found, and the coincidence of the painting "The End Is Nigh" being in both of these locations to have an anamnesis that I have been here before, and I think there's the memory is connected to the paint in some way. It's the memory of a dream, or the dream of the memory, where it's like, I don't know if I saw the painting being done, if it was my hand that was doing the painting, like exactly how this has happened, but the sense that I have. Is that true? Do I write this event or scene that is unlocked in my memory, or do you, Michael? Because maybe it is you, and I just came up with random shit.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of you like writing it and like coming up with it yourself.
Okay.
Michael just decides if it doesn't make sense in the context.
Yeah, if there's anything that needs to change. That's what I'm getting of, like, been here before, earlier, like before the crime was committed.
Yeah. I'll say you like have this this kind of deja vu, jamais vu. You have this like moment where you kind of see the ship, you see the this writing. You're not really sure whether it was you writing it or someone else, but you see there were other people there as well, like in the same like outfit as you.
Cool. And there's a message in the chat. Is this on the case track or on the personal track? This is on the case track because I'm considering myself as a suspect, not considering myself as an individual.
I also I wanted to make clarification in case this was missed before. You can do one case hunch and one personal hunch per scene.
Personal hunch?
It's not just one total. You can do one of each per scene.
Oh, great. Cool. So do y'all how many do y'all have a lot of clues for your personal stuff? I know I think Braxton, I know you have a few, and then
I've got the camera, which is a memento, and I had the idea that I'm disgusted with folks who do not use their full potential, which I had under testimony. And I had footprints as trace, but now I'm wondering if that's identity instead of case.
I feel like that could be like an identity of you.
For me, it'd be a case because you were here.
It could be. It could be different for both of us.
Yeah, I think you could argue either.
Like you have it as
a
case thing. I have it as a. Oh, something brought me here.
Yeah. Are you? Did you already make a hunch, Braxton? Or
no, I didn't.
What are you thinking?
Okay, so I've got enough to make a identity hunch. I've got the camera, which gives me vague ideas of where I've been. I had this internal disgust that I ended up wrestling with and resolving, and then I know that my footprints were here. So
your footprints were here.
Mine. Yes.
Did you tell us that?
Yeah,
y'all saw my sneaks. My New Balance fit perfectly in the crevice. No.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But they ended outside the ship.
Oh yes, that is right where they ended.
And we didn't go inside yet.
We haven't gone inside yet. I'm gonna chalk up these clues to a hunch about amnesis, and potentially there was someone I was deeply in love with, but because I was deeply entrenched in my strict worldview, I couldn't see this other person and me being compatible as parents. I lashed out at maybe I teach summer camps, and if there's a kid who's unruly, I don't have good patience with them. I'm frustrated. Why can't you see that this is the right way of doing it? And maybe that was a flaw that had caused strife in my personal relationships. Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah. No, I think that's a good a good identity thing. Yeah. No, I think that's good.
Great. Hunch towards that. Amnesis, strict worldview, and not good with children. Yes.
Cool.
Do I have to leave the scene to get cotton candy?
Yeah.
If we're going to
Okay.
the carnival, we're gonna get so much stuff
Yeah.
at the carnival.
I still the question is unanswered for me. I don't know how Braxton was knocked unconscious. Did they pass out? So with this kind of new sobriety I've attained after throwing up and kind of really solidifying this new thought about, I'm trying to visually calculate and recreate the scene in which Braxton was passed out. I'm cross-referencing this area with the photos that were taken, seeing which areas were blurry, what time of night it was, just trying to piece together maybe there's some interesting pieces of information that we didn't catch. So I'm gonna roll visual calculus if that's okay.
Yeah, I'll say this is a there it's kind of been scuffed up like towards this part. So I'll say it's a challenge. I'll say it's 12.
Awesome. Well, I didn't roll close to that at all. I rolled a 6 total. Yeah, 3 and a 1.
So yeah, take an EXP, and then I'm gonna say you.
I'm a really shitty detective.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, what gear do you have with you?
Me? Alcohol,
Yeah.
cocaine, and an amulet, some shrooms in a baggie.
And you're
I'm
sober
gonna
now.
say
Badge.
you. I'm gonna say you trip, and you like you're looking around. You're trying to find like evidence of this stuff, but it just doesn't work, and you slip and fall, and you shatter your the alcohol bottle.
I'd like to.
Is
I'd
Can
like
I-
to use a token against you.
yeah, I know exactly what you're
Absolutely.
gonna pitch. I know exactly.
But, like, in this moment, like, sure, you don't need drugs. You're fine.
Right?
But now you don't have the option to do that anymore. And there's suddenly this feeling of like, everything's fleeting. I could lose the rest of it. The safest place for it to be is in my body. So I'd like to roll against what is it?
Electrochemistry.
Electrochemistry to see if you
Electrochemistry,
just
yeah.
immediately take another thing.
Fucking awesome. I'm so with this idea. 2d6 or 1d6?
I think it's 2D.
It's 2d6, right?
2.
I hope I fail.
you go.
Oh, almost. I rolled a 1 and a 5.
I think technically you didn't have to resist.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
have to
accept
resist?
it if you want.
Oh
You
fuck
can't
yeah! I
accept
Yeah, no,
accept
you
it.
can accept it if you
I
want.
accept it.
You accept it?
I'm
Cool.
gonna-
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's what's going on in my brain. Like I have this kind of sober thought, and I'm like, great, this is who I am, right?
This is who I
But
am.
there's something about putting a limit. There's something about putting a limit on yourself that makes the tabooness even more enticing. I'm telling myself maybe I'm a better detective sober, but I just failed this fucking visual calculus test and I tripped. And now there's this alcohol dripping into the sand, and I just get on my knees and just kind of start sucking the alcohol out of the sand. And I'm gonna say
God.
this is a new thought that's about to contradict my other thought, which is I'm a piece of shit.
Okay.
Am I a piece of shit?
Am I a piece of shit?
Yeah, great. Awesome. Yeah, so you have this new thought. All of this stuff happens.
I think I have to.
And,
I can't
yeah.
just dismiss this previous thought. I have to start a new thought that contradicts it? Question mark.
I think you have
begins
to
with
spend EXP to get rid of, like accepted thoughts. Like you can dismiss thoughts that like you haven't started yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to dismiss
like,
an
yeah.
integrated thought, I have to begin a contradictory thought, which this is.
When you like, we've only skipped that process. You know, we've only done the 5 XP to solidify a thought. What does it look like to like make progress on a thought? Do you evoke it on a roll, like with other stuff?
Making progress on a thought, you just add 1 to it's a track of 3 points. You just add 1 at the end of every scene
Oh, just at the end of every
until it
cool.
gets to 3.
I also wanted to start a new thought here, seeing Braxton's footprints. The question that I have is, are they with me or against me? Referring to both of
Oh,
Oh, that's a good thought.
that's a great thought.
them. I'm looking
Interesting.
a lot.
Cool. Yeah. So are we moving to the next scene?
I feel like unless somebody is leading the charge on going into the boat.
I sure as
to
hell
go
am
into the
not.
boat. What? Because what's at the carnival? Just cotton candy for the kid? I'm not sure the
Yeah,
kid's
but
useful
clearly
to us.
Desmond.
Why the kid ran away? He's scared. Let's go somewhere else.
I'll just take 5 minutes in and out.
Okay, I'll come with you.
I'm still in the sand.
Okay.
I'm spitting it up. I'm not going in.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So Braxton and Al, you both go into this ship, and you're looking around. What are you trying to do?
Look for clues, man. What else?
Okay.
I am trying to simultaneously look for clues and then hide the clues.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
say
Well, I will be
contested perception.
I will be
Like, who
taking
sees it
pictures with my
first?
That's
That's
with
great.
flash on.
So I'm trying to like strategically like, oh, what? There's nothing in here. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just take pictures with my camera and head out.
No,
I
we
think.
can look. I do think that like I'm trying to see if I can see it like before you and cover stuff up.
All right.
So
we roll
contested
off?
perception check.
I guess. Is there anything
that
else that
just-
you want to?
Yeah, let's see what there is to see. So it's just you versus me with modifiers?
I got. It's not that bad actually. I got an 8.
I got a 9.
Yeah. So you're both looking around this ship.
Mark XP if you fail.
Yeah. I'll track that XP. You Braxton, you're looking around and you see kind of as you're flashing off, you see this discarded can of spray paint that's been kind of neglected in the corner.
Check it out, Al. This must be the spray paint that whoever used.
Oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Should we get Desmond in here to take some, fingerprints or something?
Yeah, that's a great idea. You should grab Desmond.
All right.
I think you
Do
gave
you
me a
go to
token,
grab
right?
Desmond?
You gave me a token, right?
I did.
I think your logic begins to bubble up in your brain, and a part of you that you didn't recognize kind of speaks to you. I'll read the book. Logic is also a show-off and loves public displays of Sherlockian prowess. It loves being right and making everybody in the room know how right it is. So, I think we see kind of a flashback of you standing in front of the excavator and kind of putting things together. And in this moment, it's bubbling up in you, and the ego part of your brain can't help but begin to deduce some things. And like before you can even speak, unless you beat this logic check, you're just gonna blurt out a conclusion that you obviously know about furthering this mystery.
Me?
Okay.
No, Al.
Al.
I think I'm gonna contest that. I'll contest it. I rolled 2.
This is honestly perfect that you did that, Anish.
Yeah, I know, because I want to fucking solve this mystery.
Because I was gonna like have one of the pay the price be loss of control, but this is.
I got an 8, and my logic is 6.
Damn it!
Damn. Okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, no, you don't resolve anything. You don't.
Oh, you have a token now. Mark that.
Okay.
Can I call for Desmond?
Yeah, that's true. I haven't been left alone yet. But I say like, oh yeah, you should go grab Desmond. That's a great idea.
Hey, Des.
Yeah, Desmond.
Desina.
I'll
Desi
walk in,
Pook.
kind of cautiously, step by step.
Check it out. Clue.
And I go up and I pick up the can. I say, we found this can of spray paint. And then I hand it to you.
I'm going to grab your arms gingerly. Like your hands gingerly. Both of them.
What?
Al, I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I just want to tell you that, truly, I'm trying to be a better person. And I was weak back there, and I showed weakness. And I want to make a promise that I will be stronger. And as I'm talking, I want to know if there is paint underneath Al's fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Perception.
that's great. Yeah, perception check. Um, I feel like.
I can't believe I've done this.
Are you trying to be like? This depends on whether you're trying to be obvious or whether you're trying to be subtle. Because I'm going to say, if you're trying to be subtle, this is going to be a little bit harder.
Ooh, that's such a good point. I'm gonna say subtle. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say subtle is challenging. So it's gonna be a 12. It's not gonna be in a very, very tough, but it's still gonna be a 12.
Okay. Oh no. I rolled an 11.
Fuck. Damn. Yeah. So mark that XP. But also, yeah, you are trying to be subtle. You're trying to look under, but you somehow are a little bit obvious. And you were gonna lose control a little bit, because you just kind of like you lapped up the alcohol, right?
Yeah. Does
Yeah,
that mean I took it?
You
Wait, does that mean I took it?
the
You
alcohol?
add
Mouthful of
more to it?
sand.
Do you add more to that?
I just want to.
Do you add more to your perception?
I just want to check because
I feel like
it's
it would
probably
lower your
not.
perception
It'd lower
if
my
anything.
perception. I don't know. Alcohol increases physical instrument half-life endurance and minuses volition.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm.
Oh yeah,
taking
so
it.
it wouldn't.
Should I take it? Is that? I don't know. In fiction,
I don't know how much you had to.
Yeah, I don't know
you
how
like
much
you
I
licked.
sucked.
Yeah, I don't know if it would necessarily
I
affect you.
don't think.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna say you lost control. You lose control a little bit. Like you're very overwhelmed, and something about you, like maybe you're like grabbing Al's hand too hard. You're just kind of unraveling. And I'm gonna say, like you like release the hand and you're trying to like get away from Al. Like you're trying to like distance yourself from the ship.
Yeah, I feel something. There's something up. A vibe,
What?
perhaps.
Am I sweaty? What happened?
Can I grab the spray can?
I'm handing it to you.
Yeah, great. I'm gonna grab that and kind of leave this dingy ship and go out into the light where I can see things better.
What the heck is up with Desmond?
Man, I know we just met the guy, but he's acting funny.
Yeah, he's kind of suspicious, isn't he?
Man, I don't know about all that, but
Well,
I don't know all that about a lot of stuff. You know what I mean, man? So,
Spray can. What kind of clue is it? A key clue?
he,
Yeah.
Do you want to keep investigating? Or do you want to go talk to Desmond?
this seems like, I mean, now I guess let's head towards Desmond and the carnival. It all just doesn't make sense, Al. Why would somebody do this?
I don't know.
Was the checking the fingers a white check or a red check? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I
If it
suppose
was
the
subtle,
spray paint was
if
red.
it was subtle, I want to push for a white check.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. I'll
like-
say it's a white check. Like,
The state of my fingernails is not going to change that much between, you know, like I feel like
Yeah.
I could scrub them.
yeah. I'll say it's a white check.
Okay,
Weird vibe.
I just had a crazy idea, man.
Yeah?
Does this spray paint have a name brand of a store? Or maybe we could go to the store and ask, hey, who's bought red spray paint in the past 24 hours?
That's such a great question, but we got to go find Desmond. He like ran off with the spray
I
paint.
know,
It's
and he's
kinda
got the
odd.
can. Man, you
Yeah.
don't think he's gonna huff it, do you?
Oh, I hope not.
Michael, what mechanical benefits does spray can?
Do we have is whippets listed?
We
don't
better
think
go
Whippets is listed, but
check
we
in
could-
on
we could,
our
like,
friend.
homebrew
Yeah,
it.
let's go check in on him.
I don't need drugs to function.
I
I
think.
don't need drugs to function.
Okay.
Hey, Desmond.
I kind of look around wildly.
We.
I just had a wild idea, Des. Let's figure out what store sold this spray paint and then ask about who bought it in the past 24 hours or something, right?
Oh, that's a good idea, Braxton. Are you sure you're not a detective?
Oh, come on, man. I'm not sure, man. I can't remember
I
nothing.
can't remember shit. Oh God, this is very troubling.
You seem to have a pretty strong reaction to the spray can bottle, though. Did that jog a memory?
I don't know. I think there's something about this bottle that makes me uncomfortable.
You want me to hold it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's
I
all
got you.
grab it. Let's all touch it
Can
with our hands.
Michael? Is it the spray
Yeah.
bottle that made me uncomfortable, or the situation? Because I'm curious now if this is a
Um,
personal clue.
I think it's a situation, and
Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna say I think this is this personal clue, like something about like the ship itself, like something about
Oh.
like the context of like where you are and like this whole area. I think really like throws you off.
It's an oddness question mark.
Yeah, I'll say it's an oddness, or maybe I'll say it's an oddness.
Cool.
Do you want to talk about it? What's wrong?
No, the ship's freaky. Can't shake that feeling. I don't know how you guys aren't feeling it. Something about this entire town really is freaky.
Somebody sure agrees with you. Somebody with the hot iron and a can of spray paint, except that we've got the can now, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to go check out this store, don't you think?
Yeah. Just lead the way.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm
How
gonna
about
say
we
you
jog
look
there?
at
Get the heart rate up. That'll make you feel
No.
better. Endorphins, come on.
No, well, yeah. I gotta shake these drugs out of my system.
I'm gonna say you look at the can, and this will be another clue. But the can on the bottom, there's a label still attached to it that says Anna's Articles.
Anna's
with
articles?
a barcode. Anna's Articles.
Does that give me any?
Yeah, I'm gonna say all of you kind of like, and this will be like an identity clue. Like you vaguely, each of you remember like having shopped, like remember something of having shopped at this place in the past. You're not exactly sure like why, but you have this kind of flash of like a, oh, I like I've been here before, like, or I've been to this place. Like this name seems familiar to me, and so I'm gonna say this is a memento
Rings a
clue
bell.
for each of your, yeah.
And then I can
So, yeah.
maybe backtrack and just spend the child, the spray paint, and the graffiti for the hunch of location, which is Anna's Artifacts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's good. Perfect. Yeah. So we are wrapping up this scene and going into our next scene, where you kind of meander back down the road. And yes, we did a lot of other hunches earlier when we thought we were ending the scene, but we didn't actually end the scene there.
Electrochemistry, just for reference, I just rolled a 14. I don't know what to check.
Oh, what were you trying to?
The scene ends and I have to roll to. Oh wait.
Oh,
I think it's only the shrooms effects that I have to keep because
it's only the shrooms. Yeah.
the cocaine.
Yeah. Only the
fades away.
shrooms.
Great. So.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. So so you have made your way out of this out of the ship, and you were walking back towards the town. And as you make your way back towards the town, you can see the sun's come up. There are a few people walking on the street. And you have made your way towards this building. It's a very quaint looking little place with signs written on the front. You see kind of faded and worn by time, but there's an arc that says Anna's Articles. And you see little art drawn of various things they might sell, whether it's fruit, vegetables, little knickknacks, things like that, potentially spray cans. And you see a photo of a smiling woman kind of plastered to the front of the door.
All right, well, let's go talk to the big cheese, right?
Perfect. Yeah, so you walk inside and you're immediately greeted with this warmth. You smell lavender, you smell kind of hickory, all of these different herbs, kind of like herbs mixing together. as you enter into this place, and the cold of the winter outside kind of fades away, and you feel this wave of warmth. And as you look through, you see various things lining the shelves, and in the back of the building, behind a desk, behind a counter, you can see an old woman bent over and picking through various things. She's facing away from you all.
Is this Anna? Like, because we had a picture of Anna in the front, right?
Is it an old poster of her when she was younger?
Yeah, it's an
Like
old.
she's got the
old
same
poster of a
hairdo or
younger
something.
woman.
Incredible.
Yeah. You can see it's like the same.
Is there a
hair, all that
coffee
stuff.
pot in this store? Is this kind of like a? Is there?
Yeah, it's like a mixture,
general
like
store vibe?
like it's like a general store vibe. Yeah.
I'm shooting for the coffee, and I'm hoping to relieve an exhaustion by perhaps drinking.
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
say. Yeah, I'll say you can drink it, and you're able to relieve your exhaustion, and like you now feel a little bit more energized. And I'll even say you can gain a health back with the coffee.
Mana potion for real.
Yeah,
Ha.
yeah, and you feel great. It's really good coffee.
Well,
Did I just steal? Do I have money on me?
I'll say you have a little bit of money on you.
Okay, great, interesting. That's a clue, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll say that's a clue for you. You have some cash, but you don't have a wallet.
Is
on
that
you.
clue for my case that somebody knocked me out and didn't steal my money?
Or identity.
Yeah,
oddness that you're missing a wallet. That's odd.
yeah. You're missing your wallet. That's an oddness.
No
one of your
wallet,
credit
but
card.
loose change.
All right, I'm gonna go approach this, lovely confectioner of many goods. I'm gonna say, hello there. Good morning. I know we're here early. I have some questions for you.
And
Would that
you
be
see
okay?
as like she kind of like bends up and turns around, and you see this smile break across her face, and these laugh lines that are very deep and inlaid very well. This is a smile that she's used very frequently, and she smiles at you and says, "Oh, good morning and welcome to Anna's Articles. Lovely to see you all, dearies. How can I help you this fine morning?"
Hey, you seem like to me somebody who remembers every face who comes in here, huh? You seem real friendly.
Oh, 100%, but alas, I'm so sorry, but the other day I fell and broke my glasses, so I've been operating on a little bit of a downside recently, but
You know
I
what
can
they
make out some
say?
features.
You lose one sense, the others kick in. So I'm sure, you got a smell, a sound, whatever to associate with each paying customer comes through the door, right? They all get your attention. So my question for you, is it Anna?
Yes,
Miss
that is
Anna.
me. Mhm.
My question for you is, in the past day...
Oh, it's Mrs.
Oh, impossible. You're just an absolute flower of a human. Mrs. Anna.
Oh, thank you.
Does that mean somebody's married or not? I don't remember.
That means someone is married.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Pardon me. I didn't mean to overstep, Mrs.
I
Anna.
thought you were saying she looked too young to be married. There.
No,
I
you're
thought
you're
it
much
was
too
the-
young to be married, Mrs. Anna.
Well,
Young
thank
thing
you.
like you should be out sowing your oats, man.
You should be at the club.
She should be at the club. So past 2 days, who brought spray paint? What can you tell me about it? Please and thank you.
Whoa, a lot to process right there.
Past 2 days,
Oh,
who bought spray paint? Please and thank you.
spray paint. Well, well. I think I remember some workers from the Indio coming in and buying some things. I know they have to mark down some like guidelines for their vehicles to make sure they're parked in the right places.
Sort
Any,
of like
I
that
guess
fellow
knocking
over
down-
there.
any cologne, any cough or a distinctive voice that stuck with you of
Or
any of
perhaps
these?
that gentleman over there.
I am behind an aisle. You can see the top of
Oh,
my eyes.
I can't really see. I'm sorry.
Come
Like,
over here.
That's
What?
why I'm asking you. Did you smell?
I'm looking
No,
for
come
clues.
over here. Come on.
Okay, I come over and I stand behind them.
smells. I mean, I guess the standard, sulfur, that kind of stuff that's associated with all of the machinery, oil,
Specific
gas, that kind
accents,
of.
cough, clearing of the throat, gait. Did they step a certain like dum da dum da da? Like, come on, Anna.
This is all so much for me
I
right
tell
now.
you what, Anna. Do you have security cameras here? Surely you're a modern woman.
Everyone. Okay. I'm gonna say this is gonna be a skill check.
Well,
But
is
you
it
can
the
argue-
harassing an old woman skill? Because I don't know
Yeah.
if we have any skills in that.
I'm gonna say whether this is like a suggestion, like you're trying to calm her down, or like authority, you're trying to command her.
Get her off
Like,
the
what are you
hook.
trying
Just
to do?
tell me where the cameras are, man. You can't give me a straightforward answer. That's all right. I'll save us both some time.
I'll say I feel like
She's kind of friendly.
She's friendly.
yeah, she's friendly.
I don't think I've been
I'll
rude.
say I feel
A
like
little
this-
impatient, maybe, but I don't think I've been rude to the woman.
yeah.
I don't think I've been rude to the woman. No.
We were chummy at the start. I was buttering her up.
I mean, I feel like this is like a suggestion. But what do you think?
Yeah, I guess the suggestion is please direct me to your bill of sales, your security camera, some kind of record of who comes in and out the store.
I think it could also maybe be authority if it's like I'm a person who deserves to have this information is the only other thing that I could argue. as a
Yeah,
player.
it depends on how you're trying to interact with her. It could be authority if you're trying
I'd
to
rather
be like,
do
hey,
authority.
like, just, yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what,
Okay.
Anna,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
keep wasting your time. How about I just go check out the security camera you got here?
Yeah, give me an authority roll. I'll say this is a medium. I'll say 10. No.
9.
Damn. She says, "Oh, dearie, I'm ever so sorry, but
Anna,
my dear Francois, he always told me to keep the records close and to my heart. So I'm afraid I can't share that information.
totally.
Feel free to have some of the coffee if you need it."
Totally
I might take you up on
understand.
that.
Did this can come from here? You sell these, right?
Oh, and she takes it and holds it up really close to her eyes and kind of goes around. And she's like, "Oh yes, that's my mark down at the bottom. Yes. This did come from my place. Why?
I have to tell you something.
Was it
Anna.
defective? Do you need a? Oh, what?
It wasn't defective. Your goods have been used for vandalism, graffiti. That's why we're here.
Her face pales.
It's a rough
Her face
situation. So that's why we
Oh,
have
what-
to know
What do you?
who could have bought this. I mean, for illicit purposes. Like the construction workers are using it, they're using paint for a reason. Did anyone else buy paint that we should know about?
Oh, I mean, there's always like some hooligans running around who they buy paint sometimes. I know like they're those young boys who like to run around and spread some ruckus around, but besides them and the workers,
Can I try to roll suggestion? I tried to come at a different angle and do suggestion
yeah.
to get some details on these boys.
Yeah.
Can I use a token on you?
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah.
I am gonna, I think, use logic and prompt. A voice in your head is like, ask her if she recognizes the phrase "the end is nigh." Has she heard anybody say that in the store?
Yeah, she's been here a while, clearly.
As opposed to asking about the paint, which is like, maybe she's heard the
you know
phrase.
what? I'll just accept that. That's a good logic. And I'm like, the people that might have bought the paint, they might have been talking about the graffiti. It said the end is nigh. And do you want me to roll suggestion for it, or did that just trigger a NPC?
Yeah, I'll say
option?
suggestion. This is also a medium. I'll say this is a 10 as well.
I got an 8.
Damn. Yeah, she kind of looks, shakes her
I
head.
got an 8. Never mind.
Oh.
I was gonna be like, I can raise that skill by 1, but that would no.
I'm not sure. There's the roller coaster they had a while ago. The end. I know the youngins used to like. Yeah, it was the end. It was a big deal. When they unraveled it 30 years ago.
Did they build?
I know the kiddos used to like.
Did they build apartment buildings on top of where the old roller coaster used to be?
Oh no, you can see the roller coaster.
Okay.
Like it's over in the carnival over there.
The roller coaster's called the end?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really fast or something. I don't know. My bones were a little bit too much for my for me. Unfortunately,
I'm calling that clue a coincidence.
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
I'm like,
fucking clues. I also am going to write down. I think the fact that the construction workers are buying sulfur and oil, I think that's a clue.
we're not buying sulfur. We smell
They
like
smell
sulfur.
like sulfur.
Oh,
smell like it.
Could still be a clue. Why not?
I think that's a clue.
I mean, I'll also say like it's a testimony that she was talking about
Construction
like, who was
workers in the
coming there.
store.
Workers in store testimony. I have a question about personal clues. Can you pitch your own clues?
Yeah. No, I don't have to be the arbiter.
Awesome. Cool.
Like the end say of the clue is like the GM, but like y'all can propose anything.
There's a familiarity to the routine I just did. I walked in, immediately grabbed the coffee, and before I even realized it, I slid the money over. And I reached into my pocket where the money was, and it was easy. And I think there's something about that is a clue. The ritual.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. I think
I don't know what that would be as a clue, like a memento, I suppose.
Could be a memento. Yeah, I feel like memento.
The smell of the coffee is like, I'm a person that used to wake up early. I don't think I have any tokens either, right?
I think Al has all of them.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Do you want to invite us to do anything?
I do, but I don't know what in this moment. Okay. We're here.
Electrochemistry, I have perception, reaction speed, fucking shivers.
Yeah, is there any
Just
other
for me.
employees or
Well,
is it
you
just
know
Santa?
what are y'all's logics?
0. I have a visual calculus.
Okay, then you know what, Desmond, I'm gonna say shivers for you in sensing danger, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the context of, or honestly, you're gonna fucking accept this. Logic, it's logic. Construction workers in the paint area. You saw me pick up something weird. What the fuck is up with that? And I think that
I auto succeed.
because you can accept it. What the action is going to be, just to spice it up a little bit. It's not good for me, but just to spice it up a little bit, is you're back on that look under my fingernails grind.
Gotcha. Okay, since I automatically would win against that, do I?
No, you can. You don't have to contest it.
I don't have to contest it. Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want
Okay,
to.
cool.
I want to lean into it. Do I roll logic now?
You only roll if you are contesting it, I think.
Lovely.
Yeah, only if you're contesting it.
Then I'm going to. Do I have shoes on?
That's a good question.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Your shoes are really. Actually, I'm gonna say you look down at your shoes, and they're nice shoes. They're like good like dressed like work shoes, that you would wear like if you're trying to like business formal.
Business.
but also good for walking.
Memento, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's its own thing. I'm gonna think about that for a little bit. Oh shit! Can I make a hunch? Actually,
Yeah, you can make a hunch.
this entire time I've been thinking about how I have this fucking badge, and I've been kind of using my authority. But when it comes to solving this mystery, I don't really have a lot of the real necessities to really logic my way into those things. In fact, I have this skill about me that's more sensitive to the feelings aspects of things. Like I get these shivers rather than actual logical conclusions. I'm gonna use the ship freaking me out, the loose change, and the business formal shoes to make the hunch that I'm actually not a detective.
Cool. Yeah.
There's something about me and my identity that if I really was a cop, I would have had a wallet with me with ID, like an actual thing. And I'm looking at this badge, and if I was a cop, I'd have a badge. But if I wasn't a cop, I could steal a badge. So I have a hunch that I am not a cop.
Sweet. Cool. So that makes you have 2 hunches for identity.
I have 1 hunch for identity and 2 for the case.
Great.
And I'm going
cool,
to begin to bend down to tie my shoes and try to take another closer look at Al's fingernails as they're standing beside me.
Can I try to perceive that?
Yeah, for sure. Let's contest it.
This can be, I'll say, contested
and I
roll.
got
Yeah.
something coming for you, Braxton, depending on how this goes.
Be over here.
Yeah.
And his name may or may not
did-
be Braxton Bramble.
I got fuck it.
You got
No,
a
I
4?
got a 13.
Oh, damn it, dude!
Damn! By 1!
I won again!
Woof.
So
That fucking sucks. You know what? Actually, in this moment, if I still had done cocaine, I would have beat you.
loser.
No, I'm gonna say this is real
Wait,
quick.
can I-
Mark that
If I
EXP.
rolled anything else, I don't think reaction speed would have worked either way. And I already rolled it, so.
And I'm gonna say, like, as your thing, you for like failing this, I feel like you lose some morale.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to use another token. In this moment, you come. I'm just guessing you're like too close to me, and I notice it or something.
Yeah.
I say, Desmond, please, like, can you like give me some space? We're all on the same team here, and I'm gonna evoke for you, Braxton. Esprit de corps is making you think, dang, Desmond is not being a team player. And that really sucks.
That's
Like, what's up with
that's
that?
great.
Why won't he be a team player? And I want you to be suspicious of Desmond.
Team building moment.
Wow. Shit.
I take it.
Oh,
I take
no.
the token.
You take it? You're suspicious of him, or are you gonna resist?
I will at least say, Desmond, come on. All we have is us 3 here together. We're not gonna get anywhere if we're fighting each other the whole step of the way, man.
I'm just
Look
tying
how
my
far we've
shoes.
come by
Oh
sticking
yeah,
together.
just tying your shoes.
I mean, all
Look,
right.
hey. Let me tie them for you, man.
Okay.
I got you.
I'm like midway tying them, but I guess
you take a load off. Stand up.
I get up.
Let
I
me
kind of
do this
lean
for you,
on
man.
the table. Hey, you know what? This is kind of nice. I haven't. Nobody's tied my shoes since a flash of memory. Grade school.
I was a child once.
Yeah.
I was a child once, and I scuffed my
be a
knees
clip.
on the playground, and my older brother came.
Older brother.
And he tied my shoes for me. I don't see his face in the memory, but I see his big, strong hands. The hands of a construction worker, perhaps.
Alice.
I have a memory.
Your brother.
Memory of brother. Whoa.
Was that a clue or
A clue.
hunch? Okay.
I don't know. A clue.
That feels like a testimony
Are you sure?
Okay.
of
So-
yourself.
I think it's a memento. It's like a.
If I'm taking
That's like a thing, isn't it?
Oh, really? It's a physical thing?
like take this as a memento, as a
I
token
think
of my
it's.
gratitude.
I think it's the feeling of somebody doing something.
Oh,
to
true.
them.
They have the song as the example
Yeah.
too.
Alright.
So like the shoelace tying is what
Yeah,
it
the
is.
shoelace tying. This feels familiar.
All right. Now that our shoes are tied and our hearts are warmed, how do we feel ready to go over to that carnival and check out this roller coaster ride?
Sure.
Just
mean,
be
do we
ready.
want-
You gotta be this tall, right?
Yeah, you see, like as you all are talking,
said
Anna's
that?
like, is everybody okay? There's a lot of movement and stuff going around.
Listen,
I'm not exactly
Anna,
sure
I'm
what's
not sure
going
how
on.
you're proprietating a business if you're not
Wait a
used to
second,
people
Anna.
moving around.
Anna,
Yeah,
how many fingers am I holding up? I hold up 5 fingers.
she squints really hard. I think all of them. I can't quite tell.
How did you know the construction workers came in? When they came in?
Oh, well, I mean, their boots are very loud. And they're wearing, their
Reflective
high vis
vest, yeah.
jackets, reflective vests, all those things.
Voices amongst them? You couldn't tell, right?
No, they were all. It was kind of a cacophony. They were all talking.
And you don't remember about what, I assume.
About this construction. I was thinking I wasn't going to be able to come to work today. I thought my building was going to be gone.
That's
but
so sad to hear. I
they-
love this
You thought your
place.
building was gonna be gone?
Yeah, they stopped. They were going to demolish everything, but they stopped for some
You're
reason.
gonna demolish this building?
Well, that's
Yeah.
a tragedy.
That is a tragedy.
Bizarre too, because all of your wares are still on the shelves. It feels like if this was something that was in progress, you would have had to vacate or something, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're doing it piece by piece, but
Wait,
You thought
who?
you weren't gonna come into work today.
I
Something smells fishy, gang.
Anna is the mastermind behind all of this.
Yeah, it's her. I'd like to make a hunch.
well, I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but I know there are a lot of people here who have chosen not to leave in an attempt to prevent the construction from happening.
Anyone particularly opposed to it? Really angry about it? Something that felt off in your gut?
I mean, that felt off. I'm
Well,
not
who's
sure, but
who's really standing up for you, the little man in all this? We need to support our small businesses.
yeah, this is a
Yeah,
lot of
I'm
these are
writing
like
stuff down.
several testimony clues.
I don't have enough space for testimony clues.
I have a whole
I mean, you can like write them on a notepad or something. I mean, aside from, my husband was very very much a fan of this
And when did
community.
you
He
lose
wanted
your
to help.
husband?
Oh, about a year ago. It's not been that long, but he was very much a fan of this community. We used to be the pride of this country. It was a beautiful beachside vacation, but then everything fell apart.
This is a town from Bob's Burgers.
Hey, Bob. Hey.
This is the lady that runs the art store.
Yeah, and she's like, I mean, I don't know. That Alexei was very much against. He wanted us. He wanted progress and to rebuild. He promised we'd be able to come back.
Yeah,
but,
Lexi promised
I don't.
Well-
did he rescind the promise or something?
Yeah, why are you
Like
speaking
you
in
were
past
saying,
tense? That's weird.
No, I mean, I'm saying like he promised that we would be able to come back, but then someone found out that he was lying.
He was
Who
lying.
found out? Come on, you can tell us, Anna. What are we
When's
gonna
the
do?
last time
Tell
you
us.
talked to Alexi? What did he do?
I mean, I didn't really talk much to him at all. I just know that that reporter, she found out that he had planned to turn everything into luxury apartments that would price out a lot of the people who live here.
The reporter, eh?
Do you know the reporter's name?
I think it was Natalia.
Dang, we should go we should go tell Alexi off.
Yeah.
Oh, if you would. He's just the rudest man. He came in here once and he scared me and my and he scared me and Emily half to death.
Who's Emily?
Who the hell is Emily? There's a lot of clues.
You see around this around the corner, you hear, and you see the fattest cat you've ever seen in your entire life kind of plop out, and its tail kind of swishes back and forth. And Anna's like, "Oh, Emily, do you need something to eat?" Oh, I'll be right there. I'm sorry. I seem to have forgotten to put some food out. So, is there anything else I can help you with?
Who has the tokens
Yes.
right now?
Everyone has one.
Everyone has one. Braxton, the spirits are calling to you again.
You know I
They
don't hear him too good.
They whisper in
You
your
know I
ear.
don't hear him too
They
good.
whisper. Wait, does anybody have esprit de corps?
Al
Al has
has.
esprit de corps.
does.
Okay,
I
fuck
have
it.
two.
Al.
Wait,
Esprit
you're
de
thinking Inland
Corps,
Empire.
Esprit de Corps, you have that one.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Wait,
I thought you meant the ghost.
I meant the ghost one.
Inland Empire.
Inland
The ghost
Empire.
Inland
one I
Empire
have.
is
I
Okay,
have ghost.
Al. The cat knows something.
I was
The
gonna,
whispers tell you.
I would absolutely, and I'm right there with you. I was gonna investigate the cat and see if it like knew me or thought I was suspicious.
Yep. Take a token.
Is that perception or empathy or what?
I have no idea.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna say
Or
because you
Inland
accepted
Empire,
the.
yeah.
I mean, it is Inland Empire. I'm gonna say because you accepted this. This is a pretty easy check. I'm gonna say this is just a 6. Like you
What?
accepted it.
Got
yeah.
it on the first die, baby. That's
Let's
a 6.
go.
And that's a 4,
Nice.
so that's a 10, plus my Inland Empire is a 12.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Yeah. You look at this cat. You get down to the cat's level, and it kind of swishes its tail back and forth as it looks at you, and its whiskers kind of twiddle. And it's and its haunches kind of flare up as the hair on the back stands up, and it sniffs you, and it's like.
Al is so the murderer.
Oh, damn spot.
It is beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Out damn spot. I say that. Can I actually in this moment down with the cat? Can I look at my fingernails?
Ooh, ooh.
If there's red
Yeah,
thing?
sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Which way, Western man?
Yeah, you can look. I'll say this is perception. I'll say this is easy, so this is an 8.
It's your fingernails. Of course you see it.
That's a 14.
Yeah, there is
Oh
some
my
paint
God.
underneath your fingernails.
I start biting my nails
Oh,
to try and get rid of the paint.
This
Awesome.
game rocks, by the way.
Awesome. Yeah, no, this is great.
hilarious.
Yeah, the cat slinks away and runs back behind the counter.